The heavy gates of Grimhollow slam shut behind you, iron hinges groan in like an old wound, followed by an echo that reverberates through the cold stillness like a mournful wail. Behind those gates, the last vestiges of safety now replaced by a sense of dread, palpable, tactile, as you breathe it in. Winter is no longer coming, winter is here. Before you lies the wastelands, dressed in a fresh white hush, a deceptive blanket of snow that conceals death and blood and truth from your plight. Yet the scars remain, if only hidden. Now, a number of questions might be chilling your soul at this very same time, or at least what's left of it. Questions like, is the old woman's story true? How many foolhardy adventurers have stepped beyond these gates? Better yet, how many have returned? Will you find absolution in the darkness, or only pain? Can the darkness be defeated? In the endless of the Shadowdark, these questions remain unanswered for now, but maybe we'll inch closer to some of them and some resolution. The echoes of the gate fade, and in their wake, this murderous cacophony of squawking erupts from the darkness, piercing the night like a warning, a reminder that it's not too late to turn back. Looking at Erdon. From the darkness on all sides, the flicker of your torches gives off this dim glow. It illuminates just a mere feet, some 30 feet maybe from the source. Beyond that, there's this opaque veil of the Shadowdark. It conceals this dangerous land that you know teems with unfathomable terrors. But you're not daunted. No, not you. You're adventurers. You're driven by a purpose greater than fear, a quest that beckons you into the very heart of darkness itself. You've left the last firelight behind. Whatever hope lingers in Grimhollow, you now carry on your shoulders. And somewhere out there beyond the veil of snow and silence waits a secret that the world once tried to forget. And so here you stand at the mercy of the dark void before you with little more than blade and shield to protect you, only your strained faith and your fickle magic and the feeble sputtering flame of your torches to keep you safe. Now, typically, when we're playing Shadowdark, I would have you guys all roll initiative right now, but I want to take a step back. I want to jump backwards for a moment into a recent history, just to set the stage for this adventure. As I've mentioned things that you, as players, may not understand or know what I'm talking about. You find yourselves the night before this, we'll say, emerging from the Rusty Tankard, the local tavern. The tavern door slams closed behind you. The night pressing in, quiet and cold. You look up, there's no moon, there's no stars. Again, the darkness of the Shadowdark conceals everything. Though there is some solace within the walls of Grimhollow. There's no wind now. That there's dusting of snow that has just sort of like sat heavy on the ground. The crunch beneath your feet. There's aging structures as you look around. You can see the worn wooden siding of shops that have maybe long been abandoned or maybe just struggling to survive. There are some rickety homes, some tenements perhaps where you or your companions or friends or family might be trying to eke out some semblance of survival. There's an oil-fueled lamp that hangs on a hook affixed to a tall post nearby as you exit out of this tavern and into the night. From across the alley, a soft voice lilts out. It's just loud enough for the five of you to catch. Another brave party of heroes in search of fortune and fate? But tell me, do you ever wonder why the darkness keeps hunting us beyond the gate? This rhyme, perhaps, for the minstrels of us might catch your interest. For others, maybe the dark question. But you look over and you see this elderly individual, a woman. She's got this cloak pulled tightly, but you can see sort of these silver puffs of hair beneath the cloak. It's tattered, it's stained, but she stands not hunched and crippled like an old elderly matron, but upright, tall, proud. She looks at you. Why do you think the light of St. Teragnus has forsaken us? She looks to you.
The darkness hungers, like we all do.
Aye. Darkness is ravenous in its hunger. But why?
I heard Tyragnis had a hero, but he failed. He's somewhere out there with the only power Tyragnis had left, waiting to be found.
Aye, Tyragnis has had many heroes, not unlike yourselves, that have fought valiantly or cowardly, perhaps running, perhaps standing firm, all but to save
Hold me back, Crossroads, hold me back.
surviving to tell their tale. You ever wonder why we're here in this place, why we're set to suffer like we do? Do you care to know the truth of the Shadowdark?
Join Brotherhood to answer such questions, but so far all he get is dark robes and sweet drink. Little too sweet for me. Not enough alcohol content. No alcohol content. He bring his own.
The Bogfot brew is strong with this one. I can smell it on your breath, half-orc.
Okay, he's fair.
Have you heard the story of Sir Caden Maris, the High Marshal of the Order of St. Tyragnis? Protector of the Eastern Marches? The last to hold the line at Starfall Watch?
My father is not so good at bedtime stories.
I've heard a song or two.
Can't say it rings a bell.
Many of the stories of the Order of St. Tyragnis before the darkness have been lost, but I'm impressed if you've heard some of the songs that still linger. Heresy is what they call it. The church, and she sort of like looks over her shoulder. You can see the Abbey of St. Tyragnis in the background sort of looming. The church has sought to hide these truths. It brings me a warm heart to know that there still are songs sung of Sir Caden Maris. I never fought beside him myself, but I have learned a bit. They say he stood alone against the darkness when the breach came, wounded, outnumbered, unbent. When it ended, when all was lost, nothing left but the ruined fort, Starfall Watch fallen, the bodies of the protectors fallen, hewn and half buried in the ash. But I've learned something in my heretical studies in the archives of the Abbey. Sir Caden Maris's body was recovered, but not for the glory, not for the bravery, not for steadfastness. He was buried in secret, unceremoniously, far from consecrated ground, in a forgotten tomb beneath the ruined chapel of Starfall Watch. No hymns, no legacy, just silence.
Pray tell, why would they do that to a hero?
An astute question. Indeed. As I mentioned in my studies, I learned a few things. Many of the old tomes destroyed or redacted. But I believe that Sir Caden understood the source of the Shadowdark, understood the reason why it has descended on the realm. I believe the key to understanding the origins of the Shadowdark, in an effort to understand its undoing, lie within that tomb. Sir Caden Maris was deemed a heretic, as others, myself included, the Order tried to erase him because his core belief that the Shadowdark was a curse brought down upon the realms by the arrogance and the hubris of Saint Taragnis herself. Will you help me, heroes? Will you help me dig, uncover, unearth? Will you help me liberate the realm from this terrible shadow?
I do believe that some secrets should be uncovered and told. I'm willing to help.
I think it'd make a great saga to sing, so I'm in.
Yes,
It's going
you'll
to
have
be
my
had.
magic.
If there's coin to be had, Grieg help. No coin, no help. Some questions too big for Grieg without coin.
And you,
And
halfling, what of you?
I'm happy to find the truth for the price of a sandwich.
Don't be so wimpy.
Hey, you gotta pay the piper at some point.
You don't know my heart, sir. My heart craves sandwich.
A man has to eat.
Yes.
Grieg pats Rickfried on the head and says, coin buy sandwich.
But coin not tasty. Sandwich is tasty. You can have the coin. I'll have the sandwich. I like the truth. It's delicious.
I like
Truth
this.
is delicious.
Grieg is good with this. I have your set, my coins, your coins, and you make sure you have many sandwich. Good.
Some might say this is a delicious deal.
Really delicious. Real quick, thank you, Lee Hawk, for a luck point, guys. I'm gonna have you guys track this. We have one team luck point for the kitty here, which, of course, as everybody knows, can be used to re-roll a roll that you're not happy with. So please keep track. We have one so far.
You got. I didn't realize it wasn't going to show up anywhere if I didn't put it in the text. We got one. We got another luck point, an advantage point, and 2 potions.
Oh, right on. Okay, I can see that now. Yeah. So we have 2 healing potions and 2 luck points. And then it looks
2 luck
like,
points,
and thank you, Phantom. Those are from you. And you also gave an advantage to Jose's team. Okay, very cool. So you guys will help me out by keeping track of that. Thank you so much for those donations. We are up to $321, guys. I think we can probably get halfway there today. I bet we can get to 500 today. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so she looks back at you and she says, "It is likely that within this tomb there are trinkets, baubles, valuables. I seek only the key to unraveling this mystery. I was able to recover this one piece of evidence that I think suggests that indeed Sir Maris's body has been interred beneath the ruins of Starfall Watch." And she takes out this piece of parchment and she hands it to Rickfried. And Rickfried, as you open up this parchment, it's scrawled in this calligraphy. It looks like the other words around this have been like scratched out or somehow obscured either through magic or through some other means to hide the context perhaps. But it says Sir Maris, comma, dash, recovered intact, sealed as instructed beneath the eastern threshold of Est W. I believe this to mean beneath Starfall Watch itself.
Excellent. Excellent news. Yes.
Anything that you find there, sandwiches, coin, or otherwise, are yours. I care not. But any holy relics and this key, if you can bring this to me, I believe we shall be able to unravel the mysteries, and perhaps Brother Raslin and Abbot Heinrichsen will listen to me finally and not dismiss me as a crazy old woman. Just perhaps.
And how do we get to this place?
Aye, astute question again. She pulls forth another parchment with a scratched out, scrawled map, probably in her hand, as best you can tell. Beyond the barrens, to the west, lies some sort of old, now desolate forest. Within, you see an X marks the spot, of course, with Starfall Watch. It can't be more than a day's journey. Perhaps less. If your wayfinding skills are adequate, you shall make it there unmolested, perhaps, with the luck of her grace. When you return, come to me, and we shall take the next steps to unravel this conspiracy. She looks each of you in the eye one last time to see if there's any other questions that you might have of her. Anything.
Do you know of any dangers that we should expect in there, perhaps?
All of the dangers of the realms of chaos are likely to stand in your way.
Everything. Got it. Check. Yep. Good.
Check.
Good. Just double checking.
Check, check. 1, 2, check.
Everything. Any final questions? Very well.
Nope.
She says, let me check my notes to make sure I didn't forget to tell you anything important real quick.
Big notebook comes out.
Yep. I'm gonna jump in and say that one of you asks what her name is. And
that would've been good,
yeah, and she says, I am Dame Kethra Vale. Once proud Knight Templar of the Order of St. Teragnus, now excommunicated from the Order, forgotten, and in the shadows. But I still see
big words.
Yes. They don't like me at the church. Does that help? Aye. Very well. Good luck. Godspeed. And remember, you can always run. She looks at Erdon.
This witch. I'll be back. He's not really moving at all. He's just acting like, I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh.
So you have the map. You've been given a bit of a quest. And so what we will do is we will return to the present moment as the 5 of you stand outside the gates, as I described in the introduction, the gates closing. It's a wintry landscape ahead of you. It's cold. You pull your cloaks tight. You've had the opportunity to gather the supplies that you need. I can only hope that some of you included torches in your loadout. Go ahead.
If anyone else needs some funds for some additional torches, with anyone with some extra strength, I'd be willing to purchase a few for you all.
Say again, Rob. How many?
4.
Yeah, but can
4,
you hold
okay.
more is the question.
What was the rule? Is it the
Torch per gear slot.
Up to your
One
strength.
torch per gear slot, and for fighters, you have a hauler ability, which is equal to your strength plus your constitution bonus.
Your strength and score. So if you have a strength of
so
12,
I've
you
got
can,
16.
Yep.
Yes, I have. I have more space. Yes.
Well, how many
Okay.
can I buy for us, please?
It is
Also remember that
Three.
you can only heal if you rest and consume a ration. So you may want to include rations, possibly.
That's not the only way to heal, DM Dave.
Well, okay.
We've
The only
got-
surefire way to heal.
We've got a sandwich waving priest amongst
God,
us.
he's a big
okay?
hoagie.
He's got a hoagie, and he knows what to jogie with
His
it. Okay,
holy symbol.
Now,
he's got those short order heals.
right.
Just
Short
remember now, if you have rations, there are 3 per ration. So that means if you have one set of rations, you can take care of 3 people for an overnight.
Right. Three rations. Three days of rations fit into 1 gear slot.
Yes, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting someone to give me food.
Cassian would have gone running off for a couple more torches.
Sure.
Rick
Absolutely.
tried all 3 of his
Greek, fill up your
rations
torches.
this
Absolutely.
morning and then bought 3 more. Okay.
So the torch, it's really interesting. There's like this torch conglomerate in Grimhollow, and they are just raking in the dough.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it is the most lucrative business to be in. Torches.
It's a horrible monopoly these people have got going on in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
town, and no one
Yeah.
else can get looking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
strength
So
4
people
plus combo.
sticks.
Yeah. I now have a 7. No, wait, yeah, 7,
Oh.
7 torches.
Watch out, Greg will be taking off his boots in a minute when he's got to count some more.
I mean, if you really want to maximize it, you have one member hold a torch in their hand as we're leaving Grimhollow. So that's 1 torch in a hand that they're already got.
Yeah, you're gonna need a torch in your hand, and that was gonna be my next question. As you guys get that all sorted out, sounds like you did. You're standing out in front of the gates as they close behind you. Who has torches lit right now?
One of the wizards should probably carry a torch because I require 2 hands to use my weapon.
Right.
Greg has the torch. Her name was Esmeralda. Wait, what? Yes. Okay.
She's a fiery
Can they
redhead.
have torches?
Just playing a little tune on the panpipes. Poor Esmeralda.
They're like my exes. They burn hot and they go out when you need them most. But
Esmeralda was lit.
Rick Fried
All
is
right, so
holding a torch.
Rick
and the
Fried's
end
got
of
one?
it looks like it's been gnawed a little bit.
Into like a fine toothpick point. So you can get
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that pastrami out of your teeth.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the donation. We just got another donation in. All right, so we've got, I'm going to take a look at that in a second, but we've got Rick Fried with the torch and Erdon as well. Is that what I heard?
I'll spark a torch up.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've got two torches lit. Okay, great. What I would like you guys to do is roll initiative. D20
Ooh.
plus your dex bonus, please.
Dex bonus.
And let me check while you're doing that. Hey, awesome.
Hmm.
So we've got another
That
luck
torch.
point for the Shadowdark game, guys. So add another luck point
So we
to our
have
pool.
3. So we have 3 then total.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Touch of Evil. Appreciate you very much.
Greg's rolling, getting off in epic fashion. Is 1.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, it's good to get that out of the way.
Yeah, things have started well, which means poorly for Cassian.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fair. All right.
Nobody
so
wants the initiative.
we've got. All right. Let me do this. 25 to 20. There's never 25 to 20,
Cassian,
is there?
20.
20. Oh wow.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I burnt it. We're done.
Yep. 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
12.
Okay. 12 for Erdon. 5 to 10.
7 for Cross.
Okay. 7 for Cross. All right, and then what about Rick Fried, Rumblebelly? A 3. 3 for Rick Fried, and a 1 for Grieg.
Greek
Okay.
situational awareness is not aware.
Fair. I mean, once we get into combat, hopefully he perks up a little bit. I mean, come on. All right, so my friends, my guess is that you are going to try to navigate using the map. That would be my guess.
Yes.
So, what I would like you guys to do is everybody roll a wisdom check. This is going to be a normal roll. So everybody's the target is a 12. And I just want to know who succeeded and who failed. And this is going to impact the amount of time that it's going to take you to get to this location. So we've got 2 successes, 3 successes.
I would have succeeded if it wasn't for the -1 on my wisdom.
Oh, all right. Well, 3 successes is still better than 2, so that's good. So what I'm going to have you do, let's do Grieg. Why don't you give me a D6 roll, please?
Let's keep the good times going.
That's right.
5.
Let the good
Okay.
times roll.
So it is going to take you approximately 8 hours of travel.
Oh,
Shit.
Dang it.
ouch.
So you burn off the 2 torches that you had. That's the first hour.
Gone.
I'll mark off 2 torches off my inventory.
Okay. 3, 4. We need 3 more.
Cassian will burn 1.
Okay. We need 2
We
more.
need 3 more.
3
2
more. Yep.
I'll mark off the 2
The
more.
last 2. Okay. All right. And then you also probably want to now light one for what happens next. So you find yourselves. Yeah. Go ahead. Rick Fried.
Lighting a torch.
You got
Just
it. All right,
lighting a
Rick
torch.
Fried. Yep. Thank you.
That's all.
Yep. All right, sir. Thank you for that. So you managed to make your way. Now, because of the number of hours, I'm going to roll to see if there's a random encounter. And just so folks who are in the chat know, there is a monster drop incentive in the rewards for donations. So if you want to do a Shadowdark monster drop, that is an option. And I'm just gonna make note of that.
Yeah.
There's the link.
I would like to thank Chad for playing in the game because this way he can't drop a monster on us like he usually does.
Oh, you say that, but
How
now
do
you're
you
just
think-
challenging him.
What do you mean I can't?
No one said he couldn't.
Oh boy, here we go. The challenge, the gauntlet has been dropped. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll. That was, what did I say? 8 hours of travel or 7? Can't remember.
Yeah,
7.
8.
7.
Eight.
Okay, 8 hours.
It's 8.
All right. So that
Yeah,
means
that's
we're gonna
horrible.
roll twice, 2d6 or d6 twice, and if I roll a 1, we're gonna have a random encounter. So on the first one, that's a 3, and on the second one, that's a 2. Okay, so you managed to make this journey fairly unmolested, and you know you're crunching across the snow, and every so often you see tracks of beasts, large tracks. Let's see, does anyone here have any sort of a background that would help you with like track identification or anything like that? I know we don't have a ranger in the party, but some of you may have some. If you think your character might have some knowledge of beasts, go ahead and give me a wisdom check, and this will just be a normal check, 12.
Yeah. While they're checking, Cross is looking around going, hey there, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going around.
As you sing, you hear the caw of ravens, and just out of eyesight. Anyone? Nobody?
Only if
I rolled-
they're intelligent, humanoid like reptilian-y, I'd say.
Okay. They are not. They don't seem to give off reptile vibes.
Cassian's
Anyone
gonna
else? Okay.
I mean,
I rolled
if
a
it's something that's
16.
edible,
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
something that's
yeah.
edible.
That would, sure, go ahead and make a roll, Rick Fried. Erdon, you're gonna get a little information here.
Yeah.
14.
14. Okay, so those are both successes. So Erdon and Rick Fried, I love that name. You see these tracks. They're large wolf tracks, like enormous wolf tracks.
Nope.
I mean, you're not trackers, you're not rangers, but you see these things, and they're startling in the size of them. and they sort of like follow the direction that you're in for a while. So you're kind of like walking over the top of them. And then you see a splattering of fresh blood on the ground in the snow. It's like soaked into the snow.
Oh, gentlemen,
Mm-hmm. That doesn't look
slight
good.
problem. Bit of blood here.
Or that means they're full.
I mean, I like Cassian. That's very good thinking. That's forward thinking. It's proactive. I like that. That's very good. So
Where do the
we
tracks
might
lead
be
off
okay.
Do the tracks lead away? I mean, we're come across. They're still continuing
It's
on. or
leading
just
kind of,
blood
it's
and-
almost like you're walking on the same path. Like you're walking over, Cross, you're walking over the top of these wolf tracks. And then Erdon and Rickfried kind of stop and point out that there's just a sort of a splattering of blood. And then the tracks
continue on.
they continue on. Yep.
Okay, that's really weird. Like,
Are there drag marks now?
yeah,
Yeah.
Are the tracks coming from like from the sides that are like maybe they stopped and got something?
Do you want to investigate this more? If you do, give me an intelligence check.
Ugh, that's my strong point.
This will
I'm
be
just doing
a,
curiosity look.
Okay, sure. This will be, we'll call this a normal check. 12 is
That's
what you're
a
looking for.
Utter failure with my
Okay.
bonus. It's like a 3.
It's unclear. There is no drag mark, Cassian, as you look about. There's no drag mark. So whatever happened here is really unclear, but the tracks continue on and you continue to follow them. Eventually, you come to this, the first signs of what you assume to be Starfall Watch. A broken stone wall crumbling with the weight of time, perhaps structurally compromised through some ancient battle that happened here. And based on the story that you heard from Dame Kethra Vale, indeed, there was an epic battle here at one point in the history of the realm, long before the Shadowdark had descended upon the land. You press forward a little bit farther, and I'm going to say that as you get closer, you're sort of walking into this area. The torches are sputtering a bit to shine, to illuminate, I should say, the area. And it's really interesting. It's not like, and I usually I mentioned this earlier, but it's not like there's sort of this natural sort of gradation from light to darkness as the torchlight is sort of emanated from the torch. It goes out about 30 or so feet, and there is a distinct boundary where the darkness begins. And it's like there's this eternal tension between darkness and light that are pushing on each other. So it's not like a very specific like circular pattern. It's like amorphous, almost like an amoeba. It's kind of like pushing in and expanding and contracting. And it's like there's this struggle between darkness and light. But as you start to illuminate more and more of these runes, you also start to see that this is old, crumbling stone. There are thorns and vines that have grown, frostbitten moss with little jagged crystals of ice sort of emanating from these mosses that are growing. And it's kind of tucked in this rugged hillside. Snowdrifts have sort of blown in and become embankments against some of the structures. But something is even more peculiar. You see a pile of bones that have been neatly piled. Maybe a femur sticking out is what you notice from this pile that's covered in snow, but it's distinctly a bone. You start to now smell the stench of beast, of body odor, of matted wet fur, of feces. And then you smell a faint, fleeting odor of wood smoke.
Wood smoke. Like fire?
Well, this bodes well. I hope.
Nothing. I would not think that anything else here would make fire. But walk over to Erdon, making sure that it wasn't him, that the feces, like, you didn't crap your pants, did you?
No, you wouldn't know if I had because I wouldn't be here.
That's true. I'm getting my bow out and getting an arrow ready and kind of checking the like to the edge of our darkness.
Grieg
Maybe we
has
can see
his shield.
walls.
Go ahead, Greg.
Grieg has his shield on his arm and a rather large sword in his hand. It can be used one-handed, two-handed, but he's got shield, so one-handed for now.
Okay. Let's
I
do
will
this.
stand
Let's.
behind Greek.
Yep. Erdon, smart. I was gonna say let's
Yep.
go down. Let's go down the initiative order and just kind of tell me what your character is doing right now. Cassian, you're at the top of the order. What are you doing?
Cassian will actually like start fiddling with a lantern, kind of filling it, preparing it with oil, not lighting it quite yet, but assuming at any time we are going to need a bit more light.
Okay. Preparations. Erdon, you take a position behind Grieg.
I do. Yeah.
And what is there anything else that you'd like to do?
I will see if I'll get ready to cast something either on myself or whatever is in front if I need to.
Okay. So you're just sort of like getting ready to cast some spells.
Yeah, just sort of pairing myself.
Now, do you take like a really cool like pose? Like, what does it look like when you do this? Do
Yeah,
you, like,
it's more like a
yeah.
yeah,
I like
very
it.
much staff.
Awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
One of
I
those
love
type
it.
of deals.
I'm gonna come back to Cross in a minute, but we it looks like Chad Savage Baron, who I believe you know,
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
redeemed. I don't even know that we had this, but redeemed channel points for an on-screen celebration. So I would like Chad. I would like you to lead us in an on-screen celebration. What is this?
What kind of celebration we got? Hold on. I got a song. I got a song real quick. Hold on.
Celebrate good time. Come on.
Come
That's what I'm
on.
going with.
It's a good time.
Celebration.
Going on right here. A celebration
Celebration.
lasts throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate.
This is the weirdest Shadowdark we've ever had.
Come on now.
Celebration.
Good time.
The low budget
Sanity of the
owl
Shadowdark.
sprigging. I love it. I love it.
Celebrate good times.
Come on. Thank you, Savage Baron. That was weird, and that's never happened here before,
Yes.
especially during a Shadowdark game. All right, so we'll go back now to Crossroads.
Cross was like I said, he's seeing Cassian preparing a lantern if it's needed. So I'm going closer to the edge of the darkness with bow and arrow at the ready, and just kind of not really, I really can't see anything, but I'm kind of. Is it where the wall? Is there walls there, or is it just darkness that I'm seeing in ground?
As you're looking about from your position, there are broken walls, no like full structures. It looks like this place was battered with siege weapons, maybe, catapults hurling rocks. In fact, you look over and you see some large cracked boulders. Thank you so much, you guys, for being so supportive. But you don't see any like structure, and you certainly don't see the source of the aroma of wood smoke. It was very fleeting. It's not like it's a continuous sort of aroma, but you picked it up distinctly.
I would probably just move my way to any visible low wall, like kind of something I could, if there's anything that's like, just below my head height, if there's any kind of, rubble, whatnot, just because
Take a
anticipating.
little cover.
Yeah, just anticipating just in case, and kind of holding position and being able to see all my friends.
Yeah, you can definitely see the from the illumination from Rick Fried's torch is sort of giving off enough light. I hope no one has left the torchlight at this point. Rick Fried, let's go to you next.
Sensing the danger and the delicious smells, but also the poop and the bones and everything else, I feel like now's the time to not be nervous. I'm going to go ahead and cast Holy Weapon on Greg's blade. Or at least I'm going to try to cast
I love
Holy
it.
Weapon on Greg's blade.
Okay, so give us a casting check. So you are a priest, so it's a wisdom check, and you want to meet or beat an 11 because this is a tier 1 spell.
Yes. So I have a +3 from my wisdom and a +1 to priest spellcasting checks.
Nice. This should be a piece
That's
of
the
cake.
skill I rolled. And I rolled a nat 20.
Heyo. All right,
Let's
so we'll
go.
say, I'm gonna say this. We'll double the duration because of the nat 20. So Greed, for
Nice.
10 rounds, your weapon is now a magical weapon, has +1 to attack and damage. And I would like you to keep track of the rounds if you can, Grieg.
That makes
All
up
right.
for my 3 initiative that I rolled.
Yes, that was awesome. Yes, we thank you so much, Yernomi, for putting that nat 20 emote in there. So it'll be 10 rounds. Grieg, this is the first round, so you'll be able to tick one off right now because it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Grieg, seeing his weapon glowing, wants to find something to eat. Is there anything? He sniff and look for something beyond the refuse here. Something had cause for this.
I see. Yes. Okay. So you look around, being led by your nose and by perhaps your growling, not rumbling belly, but your growling belly. We have to make sure that we respect the trademark on Rick Fried's last name. But your growling belly.
Growl belly.
Yeah, there we go.
If he must have a certain name, growl belly fit.
I will say this: you turn about, you're looking around, you see something move low to the ground, just within the illumination of Rick Fried's torch, and then it sort of disappears, like a small animal maybe that you just barely caught out of the corner of your eye as you're looking around.
Krieg, look that way. Smallful. Point torch that way. Might be something to kill or eat or both. We might eat then kill then eat. I don't know, but something moving.
Rick Fried, as you sort of respond and you turn with the torch in your hand, you see what is likely, it's hard to tell because it moves quickly, but it looks like a small reptilian creature.
Over there. That could be lunch. Don't let it get away.
Do you move towards it?
I will motion the party to move with the torch. Yes.
Okay, let's go back to the top of the order. Cassian, this new knowledge, what would you like to do?
With the risk of things just outside our vision, let's see what's out there. I will light my lantern and hold it up, and since it lights the double the light of the torch, I'm hoping it'll show us what is just outside of our own torches.
Okay.
6 feet instead of 30.
Yep. So you do a lantern, you light it up. Okay. No problem. You light the lantern up, Cassian, and as you do, you illuminate 2 small reptilian creatures. Everybody give me an intelligence check. This will be we'll call this a normal check. Let me know if you succeeded.
Greg got the 17.
16.
Okay. Yep.
He's smarter
17.
than an average half-orc.
Apparently so.
11 regular.
What's that? No, 12. You want to meet or beat a 12 on a normal roll. Yep.
Missed it by 1.
Okay, not a problem. Some of your companions, those of you that succeeded in that roll, look over and see 2 kobolds that appear to be wrestling or struggling. They're fighting over something, and as that light illuminates their position, they both look over with these huge beady eyes. One of them turns, punches the other one in the face, grabs whatever they were fighting over out of its hands, and takes off into the darkness. The other one kind of gets up, little Tweety birds around its head, and it looks at you, and it just sort of stands there for a second, and then it is going to try to run. I'm going to get it into the initiative order here really quick. Okay.
Can I call out to it?
Yeah, I would say it's still your turn. You can always say something on your turn. So yeah, go ahead.
I know both reptilian and draconic. I will try to call out to it. Wait. We mean no harm. In both languages.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me a charisma check. We're gonna make this. I would say because you use their language, we'll call this a normal check. Basically, you're trying to influence them to trust you.
17.
Okay.
Aubrey is hot today.
Yeah. So basically, this creature turns, looks at you, it starts to take off, and then it stops and like, huh?
Wait, don't
you know
harm.
me? You know me? Toklo?
Would like to know Toklo and will jingle his coin purse.
Huh? Shiny? Coins? Let Toklo see coin.
With holding the lantern, the other hand will kind of try to get the pouch open, and I'll hold out a couple of gold coins.
Okay, we'll call that your turn, and we'll call that Toklo's response to that. We'll go to Erdon next.
Okay. I think I'm still watching everything unfold, just keeping eyes out if anything's in our peripheral, so we don't get flanked by anything.
Give me a wisdom check. Normal. 12 is your
Sure.
target.
That is a 12. Just.
Okay, just made it. You hear the crunch of snow from the opposite side of where you guys are all focused on this kobold. So it's behind you, and it sounds
Yeah.
loud, like it's big.
I'm gonna tap like Grieg on the shoulder and like, behind us.
All right, we'll go to Crossroads next.
Do I also hear this crunching?
Give me a wisdom check. 12 is your target.
All right, wisdom check. That's better than my -2 on intelligence. Okay. Oh yeah, I got a 15 on the die.
Yeah, you heard it as well, and it sounds large.
I will turn, since I already had my bow and arrow in my hand anyways, but I will turn in the direction of the sound of the crunching, and I will also go, Grieg, behind us.
All right. In chorus, you are getting notified of something. Krieg, and we'll get to you in a minute. But Rick Fried, while this is taking place, what are you doing?
So I'm hearing that we've got other friends around. I'm gonna go ahead and try to light up my boy Crossroads' weapon also with the power of Ord, my god, and the might of a sandwich from a good deli. So I'm gonna cast holy weapon on his bow.
Okay, let's get a casting check.
We have 3.
Come
Yes, you do.
Come on.
Good reminder, Jeff. Thanks.
That is an 11 total.
Okay, 11 is what you needed. It's a tier 1 spell, so you also have now a magical weapon for 5 rounds. It's your responsibility to keep track of that. And who was that for? That was for
me.
Okay, for Crossroads.
That was for Cross, and Cross kind of smells his bow, and it glows a little bit, and he puts his nose to the bow a bit, and why does this smell like corned beef?
Well, I take a little nibble of my ration above it, so a couple of crumbs come down.
Amazing.
Okay,
A culinary school of a cleric order of sandwiches. The Jimmy John's Church of Jimmy John. All right, not fun. Okay, so yep. So that's Rick Fried's turn. Let's go to Grieg now. Grieg, of course, you count down another timer on your holy weapon. What would you like to do? You've heard the harmonious call of warning from 2 of your companion minstrels. What would you like to do?
The momentarily downcast as Cassian speaks strange word to Kobold, and Kobold no longer look dangerous. And here you're hearing his name is what? Big, something big. What is it? And he kind of like turns around so that Erdan and Rick Fried are behind him now, like doing a shift.
Okay.
Just moves with him.
Just all of you like kind of like repositioning. Yeah.
we basically we rotate on the axis. Because I got Erdan behind Rickfried behind me, so we kind of like rotate on the axis that is Rickfried.
All the heads go up.
If Greed casts a shadow, Erdan is forever just staying in that shadow as he turns.
All right. So as you do this and you're preparing yourself, we'll go back to Cassian. You currently have this kobold sort of engaged with you at some level. You've got the coins in your hand. What do you want to do?
Using the coins, and then I can speak with him. I'm actually going to cast Charm Person on him.
Ooh, okay. All right. Give us a casting roll. That's a tier 1, so an 11 is what you need?
Yep. 18.
Ooh, very nice. So you
Banging
have
it today.
successfully charmed this little kobold. Give me a D8 roll. That's amazing. It's D8 days is the duration.
Days?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
You got a
5
friend.
days. Toklo will regard me as a friend as long as no one
You
hurts me.
got a friend.
Yep. All right. So you cast the spell and Toklo just kind of like takes a couple of steps forward and then takes another step back as the pivoting monstrosity, the monolithic Krieg sort of like turns with the other two hiding behind. He just sort of like takes a step back and says, "Danger, danger, danger, friend, danger."
What is it? What is it? Where can we go? We're safe.
Hide, hide, hide. Grom's coming. Grom, mean, big, mean, Grom.
Something big is coming and it's a Grom. I don't know what it is. What's a Grom? We should hide.
Crunch. As you say, "What's a Grom?" loudly, like you do, you look as Toklo disappears into the darkness, probably hiding from what's coming. You turn around to meet the gaze of your companions that are looking, and you watch as this massive, sort of green-skinned, wart-covered faced giant of a creature, maybe twice as tall as Grieg, steps out of the darkness. Crunch on the snow. It's wearing these animal skins, like a cloak around it. You can see the hot breath coming out of its mouth into this cold air. And I'm gonna roll initiative for this creature and get them into the mix.
Yeah, that looks like a Grom.
Okay. Yep. As they come in, now they are going to. You can see that they are wielding a club, and they just. It's not their turn yet. It is Erdan's turn. Erdan.
Oh, okay. I see this and go, what the fuck is that? And I just fire magic missile at it straight away. I just go, fuck.
You just hear a voice from the darkness go, "That's Grom!" All right, give us a roll. I think you have advantage on magic missile rolls. Is that correct?
I do. Ooh, that's 18.
Okay. I might have to change the music. I might have to put on some combat music here. 18 is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
It's only a 1d4, so 2 points.
2 points of damage against Grom. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay. I would say this would have been a normal roll. So you're not sure what this creature is, but it's big and it's ugly and it stinks and it's scary as hell. And it just stands there. And as you release this bolt of energy, it flies across this dark, shadowy area and just blasts it right in the chest. And it just kind of looks down. You can see like it singed the furs of this blouse that it has on. I don't know why I keep using the word blouse. I guess I really like that word. And it just kind of looks down and then kind of looks back at you and snorts. But it's not its turn.
Feminine side.
That's right.
I look at the others and be like, that was my best shot. That's all I got. That's everything I had.
In your mind, there's just like a group of observers. Just
claps.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
Crossroads, what are you gonna do? You can see that whatever this creature is. Actually, give me an intelligence check. This will be a normal roll for Cross.
With intelligence roll, it's never normal.
That's a good point.
That's a 4.
Okay, yeah, you're not sure what this thing is, but you can see that it didn't really seem to react very much to the bolt of energy that it just got hit with. But it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm still looking at my glowing bow, and I pull back, and I'm going to loose an arrow at it. Yes, saying I'm going to hit you with my best shot.
Fire away.
12 plus 12, 16, so 17 total.
That will
It's
hit.
magical. And it's a D8.
And it dies. Good job.
4 plus 2. I did 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay, it definitely took notice of that. As you loose the arrow, yeah, and this magical arrow flies across, hits it right like near the throat area, just like upper chest, and just, and then it starts to raise its club, and it opens up its hand. It's got these long, dirty, broken fingernails, claws, and it is its turn after Cross. So it is going to step forward now. Let's see. There's 5 of you. I'm going to roll a D10, and then I'm going to decide who it's going to go for, who's closest to it. It is Grieg. So it is going to come at you, Grieg, and it is going to swing its club first. It has 2 attacks. It's going to swing a club at you, and you step out of the way as I rolled terribly. And it misses you, and then it's going to swing at you with its other hand and try to claw you, Grieg. That might hit. That is a 17.
That will hit.
Okay, that will hit. So you're going to take 5 points of damage. It will also do this. As it claws you, it then reaches up and it takes the arrow out of its chest, snaps it, and throws it down to the ground. And probably Cross, because you were so intent with the shot and you're like looking at like your target, right? Like you're dialed in on where you wanted to hit this thing. You watch as this you see the tip of the arrow like squirt out of the flesh and drop onto the ground.
That's just so wrong.
That brings us to Rick Fried, the one holding the torch.
Yes.
Rick Fried.
But my frontline man has been injured. So I'm going to take my mustard-covered hand and go over to heal him.
Okay. All right.
On his shield shoulder, not the sword shoulder. I don't want to startle him and get elbowed in the head or something because I'm a wee little man.
Just a little man.
With a big appetite.
I'm going to guess your middle name is Ruben.
Usually.
Rick Fried Ruben.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, give us a roll to heal this guy.
Come on.
You need an 11 or better.
11 on the die.
Okay. So roll a d6.
Three points.
3 points of healing for Grieg. All right. Do you want to say anything or move or anything away or closer or just stand your ground? We're just doing theater of the mind.
I would back up a little bit so I'm not in the range of this big future lunches claw and club.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just kind of whisper to Grieg a little bit. Save the good meat for us, and then just back away.
I love it. All right, Grieg, it's your turn. So your timer ticks down again on your holy weapon, and it's your turn.
You hit me with disgusting nails. Can I hit you back with pretty sword? Swings the bastard sword at him.
Yeah.
That with bonuses is a 16.
Yeah, that hits. Nicely done.
D8. Ooh. That is 10 points of damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. That's a big deal right there.
That holy adds the
nice
extra
hit.
point of damage.
As you slice through it, you cut right through one of its arms. It's still attached, but it like kind of falls limp at its side. And we'll say it was. Give me a D6, Greg. 1 through 3, it's going to be the club, the arm that's holding the club. 4, 5, 6, the other arm.
Oh, that's fortunate. 3.
Okay, so it drops its arm and it drops the club on the ground.
Ooh.
All right,
You
nicely
didn't seem
done.
to be using that anyway.
Not effectively, that's for sure. All right, Cassian. I love it when you taunt my bad guys. Cassian, please tell us what you'd like to do.
Cassian will kind of call out, talk, where can we hide? But we'll cast magic missile at Grom.
Okay,
Yes.
give us a roll, please, with advantage. Yeah, because you're a wizard.
15, yes.
15 hits. Give me some damage, please. Nicely
4
done,
points of
guys.
damage.
4 points.
Ooh,
Wow.
very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, another blast just kind of like recoils from the blast. You can see that it's sort of getting unsteady on its feet as you are chipping away at it. You don't hear Toklo, a response from Toklo from the darkness.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Smart.
This is not Toklo's first rodeo. All right, let me do this. Oh, that's not good. All right, so Erdon, as all this is happening, you feel a tug on your on a, I don't know, I'm not sure what you have in your
Sort of like, I would say like a
inventory.
long robe. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a long robe on, and then you've got you probably got like a flask of oil somewhere attached to your belt or something like that, and you feel this tug on the belt on this oil flask, and you look down and you see the kobold is there, and it just kind of looks up. And he says, like he's trying to pickpocket your oil flask. And we'll come to you in a second. Actually, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Not now.
Welcome in, guys.
And then just kind of try and push him away. Like, not now.
All right, you just kind of give him a little push. Yeah. You don't need to roll for that. You just like, and he kind of like runs and hides behind a rock. You can kind of see him peeking up over the rock while this whole scene is going down.
Okay.
Game Master Eric, thank you so much for the raid, you guys. We are doing a fundraiser for the ACLU. If you are interested in participating, the ACLU is a great organization. We're raising money. We're trying to hit $1,000 by the 19th. We just got started. I'm hoping we can get to 500 here before this stream is over. We're at 351, and there are in-game incentives if you want to influence the game. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Follow the channel for more opportunities to do heroic deeds in the real world. All right,
Indeed.
so that was Erdon. You pushed him away.
Yep.
Do you think that would be your action?
I would say that that's cool. I would say yes, because he distracted me from what I was going to do with trying to pickpocket me. So I'll say yeah.
Okay, so you get distracted, but you're able to push him away with, and he doesn't leave with any of your belongings. That brings us to Cross.
Cross saw the mighty swing. Even though he saw the arrow get pushed out, strangely, and he's thinking to himself, this is really wrong. But he noticed the mighty chop and the dropping of the club. So he's just, he's already dialed in. He's going to shoot another arrow.
Okay.
And because it's the bow itself that I'm on, this is 4. Okay, so I got 3 more rounds left. Oh, nice. That's a 13 on the die plus 5 total. So that's 18.
Damn, guys. Good job. Yeah, that's a hit.
Well, the extra +1 from the
holy weapon. Yeah.
Always helps.
Doing some good
damage.
work.
That's 8 points of damage.
Oh man, yeah.
Whoa.
You
Yes.
fire another shot, hits it right dead center, like almost in the throat, just down from this massive, grimy green Adam's apple, and it just kind of like staggers backwards. and it looks like it's about to fall down, but not quite, because it hasn't been fully depleted of its hit points. And you watch as the arrow pushes itself out of his throat and just drops onto the ground, and he spits out blood, probably right on Grieg. Just spits a bunch of blood onto Grieg, and is going to take a couple of. Oh, and also the arm that was severed and like hanging there, it heals up and becomes attached again. So you're basically watching as this creature. Let's see, Cassian, give me an intelligence check. Maybe you've heard of these things before. It's quite possible. There are many tales of these creatures. We'll call this an easy roll for you.
I might know, but in the panic, I don't. I got an 8.
Yeah, you can't think of it. All right.
No.
All right. So it is basically regenerating hit points, essentially, is what's happening. So it is going to take a couple of swings at Krieg, because you're right there, man. So the first claw attack is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
For 3 points of damage, Grieg, and then a second claw attack, a dirty 21 for 5 more points of damage.
Down goes Krieg.
Oh no!
No.
Oh, no, Grieg goes down. Now remember, guys, you do have some healing potions, I think, right, Jeff? You have a couple of healing potions?
Yeah, there's one healing potion.
One
2
of them?
healing potions.
Two
Oh, it's
healing
2
potions.
now. Oh,
Okay.
Done in by dirty nails. Poor
There's
mannequin.
2.
Tyler, I'm going to put you officially in charge of being the record keeper on what we have and what we don't have, just so that I know who to ask.
2 healing potions.
Got it. Thank you. You're on it. All right. So you do have those, as you know. You guys watch with horror, perhaps, Erdon, as Grieg just falls to the ground. And as you looked up from his body, up and up and up, you see this massive creature looming above you and it's just like, it's going to loom towards you. And that brings us to Rickfried. Rickfried, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna sneak over to Grieg and give him a little healing since he was dropped. And you know, I know this David and the meat tornado versus the Goliath story. Maybe I heard it a little differently, but there was a meat tornado somewhere and it's up there flailing. But I'm gonna try to heal him since my friend just dropped in front of me.
All right.
So again, I'm like licking some kind of sauce off my hands. I don't really know what this one even is. It's a brown sauce. There might have been meat in it and I'm
Like
just gonna
masala?
slap it right on the back of Grieg's head and try to fill him with joy and love and wake him up so he can feel the sauce. So
All right.
here's the hoping. That is a natural 20 again.
Oh my God.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. So go ahead and roll 2d6 for this heal instead of 1d6. Nicely done, sir. We need to drop some nat 20 emotes in the chat here. Yeah, we have those.
Apparently. So 6 healing.
All right. So 6 points of healing. Grieg, as the light comes back to your eyes, and yeah, horseradish and giblet gravy or whatever it is.
Mumbled something about tangy with a smoky finish.
So you are currently prone, we'll say, Grieg, but it is your turn. If you'd like to get up and get after it, please do.
Am I able to sneak back a little bit again?
Oh yeah. You can sort of move back and hide a little bit. And Grieg, just make sure you tick down your holy weapon timer down 1 more. And yeah, what would you like to do?
It's got to finish this. Stand and let's go. To get the swing, or
Yeah. Take an attack.
just missed a natural 20 by 1.
Oh, all right.
That is a 24. What do you call it? Dirty 24.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hit and hurt.
That's a
Go ahead
filthy
and roll
24,
damage.
that is.
Yeah, it's filthy dirty.
Damn, Grieg.
That
He dies.
How
that
many?
is 8 points. No, actually 9. I'm sorry, 9 points of damage.
Oh my God, this thing is like just like ready to go down. It just needs someone to push it over. Nice shot, Grieg.
Grieg's like,
Maybe Cassian can do this. Cassian, you stand there, you see this happening. You watch as Rick Fried runs up and heals the half-orc. The half-orc pulls himself to his feet, takes a massive swing on this giant creature. You've got the lantern in one hand. What do you want to do?
It gets more calling out to Tokolo of, Tokolo, we need some help. We need some help here. Another magic missile.
Okay.
Oh no, that's only a 10.
Oh no, that is unfortunately a failed casting spell.
We have luck
I'll
points.
You do have luck points.
Should I use the luck? I probably should. Okay.
yes, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
You get to roll one more die.
Would have been a 12 or a 13. So
Okay, so that succeeds. You don't need to roll damage. There was only one hit point left. Just describe to me how you kill this troll.
Kind of just a missile trying to follow along where Rhodes is hitting it, like the chest neck, just trying to freaking hit it and knock her down is my only plan.
Okay, yeah, and it works. You release the energy. It flies over Grieg's left shoulder, missing him by mere inches, and slams into the face of this troll, ripping off its nose. Its big warty nose goes flying into the darkness, and it just drops to the ground in a heap. And then you see Toklo come running out and start ravaging through its cloaks. You see another kobold come running out, presumably the one that punched Toklo earlier, and they're sort of digging through. And Toklo kind of looks up at you, Cassian, and just kind of smiles with this sort of like beat up. Oh, the grill is all fucked up, teeth missing, teeth crossing each other, but it's got just a cute little smile and a little twinkle in its eyes. And it just starts just pulling through to see what they can find. We'll kind of drop out of initiative order for the moment, but just keep in mind that some of you do have timers on these holy weapons that will sort of run out as we go forward. So what would you guys like to do at this point?
Big Sue on corpse. The thing putting itself back together and take no chances.
Grease gonna chop it up, or are you gonna burn it?
Well, we start with
Burn it
chopping
as
up,
well.
and then we burn, and then we see if Rick Feed have enough sauces to make palatable.
Okay, yeah. So you just get to work butchering this troll, which you don't know it's a troll at this moment. Well, actually, have you rolled an intelligence check
I
yet
have
on
not.
this? Okay, let's do an intelligence check, Grieg. Let's see if you know what this is.
Grieg,
be a normal roll.
He close. He got to 11, but
Okay, so not
he looked
quite.
familiar, but
You think it could be a giant? This might be a giant.
it's big.
Mhm.
Not big anymore. Small now.
So while Grieg is hacking away, what are the rest of you doing?
We made a lot of noise, so I'm gonna be just making sure that I'm gonna look now that we have the extra light from Cassian's lantern. I'm gonna be a little bit more aware to see what is actually can be seen, because we kind of got distracted by this thing as soon as he lit his lantern.
Let me ask you a question. Crossroads, are you doing sort of a general awareness of what's going on around you, or are you specifically looking for something in particular?
Well, this is possibly the spot where we're supposed to find this tomb, so I'm looking for any doorways, any entrances that might be discerned.
Okay. All right. Give me a wisdom check. We'll call this a normal check. So 12 is your target.
All right.
And just a big shout
Great
out to
roll.
everybody who's been helping out with the ACLU fundraiser. We are at
Nice.
just over $350. If you want to get involved to help us, help the ACLU, help us. It's a feedback loop. Please consider donating. They are fighting for our rights to party and do other things. The Beastie Boys said it best. All right.
You gotta fight.
Mhm.
Oh, you're right. I got a 17 on a die.
Okay, so a couple of things while you're searching around. First of all, you do find what appears to be a crack in the foundation of what was once possibly a watchtower or a way like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a crossroads sort of marker building of some kind, an outpost. That's the word I was looking for. An outpost of some kind. Possibly this Starfall watch, which you guess you're there. And you do see that there's a crack in the foundation, and the way you find it is that some of the snow that's been piling has sort of like sunken in and into this crack. So you can kind of see down there as you're looking about. You've got the light illuminating that there is an opening that goes deep underneath the southwest wall of this particular structure. So you're successful there. I will. What else would folks like to do? Anything else?
I think for me, I will be keeping an eye out because we saw the tracks before of these wolf type creatures. I'm going to try and keep an eye out in case any of this noise has drawn them in, or any eyes in the darkness that might be watching us or looking at us.
Why don't you also do?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Finish. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just to say, basically, in case anything kind of like seeing us distracted, think, oh, now it's the opportunity. Pounds.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, yeah. Why don't you do a wisdom as well? Wisdom check. It'll be a normal check.
That's a 19.
19. Okay, you look about and you see that there are huge, like giant tracks, because you still don't really know that this thing's a troll.
No.
But you see these massive tracks. You can see that they lead off from another area in the ruins here. And you look about and you can see the little tracks of these kobolds. It looks like they've been sort of scavenging around this area quite a bit. And you do see with that roll some older tracks that resemble those that you saw earlier. So you saw fresh tracks earlier of some large, like canid, some large dog or wolf-like creature. You see similar tracks here, but they look to be sort of covered by snow, maybe a little crusty from maybe they're a little bit older.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Good.
the giant tracks go back to like into the darkness from a very specific location where presumably it was hanging out when it heard you guys and all of the ruckus that you were making with Toklo. Yep. How about Cassian? What are you up to?
Cassian would like to start almost bartering, helping the kobolds like search the body and or like gather information from them, trying to get them to lead us to somewhere of like smooth worked stone, somewhere buried deep, trying to essentially gain access to was it below the eastern threshold? Kind of trying to describe it as best I can to a kobold to see if they've seen such a place.
Okay. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let's jump over to Rick Fried.
Well, as Grieg is chopping this thing up and the kobolds are checking it for stuff and Cassian's talking to the kobolds, I'm like poking at it and smelling at it and squeezing on a little bit to see if any of it's like gonna be good for eating later, because we're on the way, like 8 hours away from town. We're gonna have to eat something at some point. So I'm just trying to get a feel for whatever the heck we fought, if it's delicious, and checking its feet against the tracks that we saw. Just kind of
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. How about an intelligence check? We'll make this easy. So a 9 is your target.
Intelligence isn't easy for me, friend.
Easier.
Rick Fried's all you can eat, sloth. 16 on the die, -2, 13 or 14. See, I got a -2.
You just proved the point right there. I love it. All right. So yeah, a couple of things. The feet of this creature match the tracks that it left. The kobolds are pulling trinkets out of, like, they pull this necklace of it looks like maybe fingers off of this creature. You can see they're kind of rifling through. There's a sharp piece of rock that presumably could be used as a knife that they pull out, and they're like, and one of them sort of like lunges at the other one. Toklo kind of lunges back at the one that punched him, like, get back. And so they're kind of like pilfering, but there's nothing like a value that they're finding, You are meanwhile squeezing the thighs and sort of like, sizing up this creature. It looks like it's probably going to be absolutely disgusting unless it is cooked properly with seasons and maybe like a slow cooked, maybe like a shredded troll, like po' boy kind of thing. might be nice, you know? And so presumably you have, I don't know if you brought your spices and your recipes and stuff, but there's a possibility that you might be able to salvage some sort of a meal, but it might be a tough sell for
Right.
you know, we'll see. This could be the start of the first Grimhollow barbecue joint. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you get the sense that there's some salvageable meat. It just might not be very good.
A good pit troll sandwich. I got it.
Mm-hmm. Pit
If
roasted.
if
love
it
it.
keeps growing back, then you have an unlimited supply of meat.
See, that's incredible.
That is one thing that you do notice, Krieg, as you're hacking hunks of flesh off this thing, that it is not regenerating. As you get the sense that because it's been killed, it's no longer has that whatever that feature of its physiology to keep it alive. Its survival instinct has been snuffed out by you and your companions. So Krieg, you're chopping away. You can see Rick Fried sort of eyeing this up. Is there anything else you want to do before we jump back to Cassian? Krieg.
No, I mean, once he's convinced that it's not regenerating anymore, Grieg steps back and steps closer to Erdan, who's looking around, and looks around with him because that doesn't know what else to do. So look for danger.
Okay. I'll say this: you don't get the sense that there's any more like imminent danger other than this place feels dark. I mean, obviously the Shadowdark is always present, right? But within this 60 or so foot radius of the torchlight and the lantern together giving off this light, you look about and you don't see any distinct targets or threats. You can see your companion Cross kind of poking about at the edge of the light, looking for and finding something of interest. Cassian, as you communicate with Toklo in particular, the other one doesn't really pay you a whole lot of attention and kind of like is very, you know, like a dog that's kind of skittish around people, kind of jumps back. Like when you make a move, like, or even like not even a sudden move, you just kind of turn, like it sort of recoils because it's so skittish. But Toklo is sort of like, you know, you've won Toklo over. So Toklo is just kind of like hanging out, like digging through stuff. He's got the little shard of stone. He's like, ha, ha, ha. And he's kind of like practicing with it. And then he just kind of looks up at you as you're trying to communicate. And Toklo goes, oh, secrets. Yeah, secret. And he pulls on your cloak a little bit, and he starts walking over to where Cross is standing. And Cross, I imagine you kind of just standing there with a little bit of light snow beginning to fall, and you're just kind of looking down into this dark hole. And Cassian, you sort of like join this as Toklo kind of gets close, but not too close to the hole, not too close to Cross, sort of staying a little bit of distance away, but just down, secrets down.
Have you been down there, Toklo? Before?
Dangerous. No. No, Toklo, no go.
What? Now, Toklo, what if you had something to protect yourself? And Cassian will pull out one of his daggers. A much improved weapon to defend Toklo, if you were to help us get down there, and maybe let us know if something is coming our way.
Sharp. And Toklo like kind of looks around, and then he like bounds over this little wall, and he goes on the other side, and he starts digging. And digging in the snow and in the dirt, and you kind of peek over like, what the hell is this guy doing? And there's this small like traveling satchel, and he pulls it out of this hole in the ground, this buried in the dirt and snow, and he pulls it out and he lays it on the ground, and he starts opening, he digs through, and then he takes a book out and he throws a book and goes and lands on the ground nearby, and then he reaches in and he pulls out this blade that has a scabbard on it, a small dagger, and he's like, sharp, and he drops it, and then he looks down and he pulls out another weapon. It's a javelin, and he pulls out this javelin. He's like, sharp, and he just lays it at the ground. He's like, Toklo, no go.
Have you found any other shiny things or non-sharp things? as Cassie kind of goes over and picks up the book.
Toklo looks back at you sort of like confused. And then I would say he will tell you in the best way possible, just a very few pieces of information that he communicates, that there was another group of adventurers that came here not long ago and were eaten by Grom, and some of the bones and that sort of thing have been piled. Grom he talks about how Grom likes to keep things tidy, but then he says that Grom buried their stuff in this pit. And that's where this dagger came from. If anybody picks up the dagger, it is, after you brush a little bit of the dirt and snow off of it, it looks like it is a beautiful dagger, like a really nice dagger. The javelin looks to also be very nice. These appear to be weapons of some fine craftsmanship. As you page through the journal, it is in a scrawl in a script that you cannot decipher. You do not know what it says, but it is filled from cover to cover with, it's some sort of a journal, maybe some sort of a book. It doesn't appear to be a spell book, at least not in the traditional sense that you would have knowledge of. But there may be, you get the sense that there's something important about this as well.
Is this everything, Toklo? Are there more things here, or did Grom hold on to more things?
No, I don't. Toklo, no. Toklo, no.
Well, maybe if we go down here and take a look around, you can look into where Grom hides or Grom sleeps. Now, no more Grom to worry about. We meet you back out here.
Okay. Good deal. Toklo looks pretty stoked about this situation. And so he kind of goes off and starts sort of digging through Grom's personal effects, which are, you look over and just like, it looks like a refuse pile. But it's very well organized. Refuse pile. Sorted.
Gentlemen, it seems down is the way to go. Admittedly, our guide does not want to follow, but Grieg in front, and maybe we'll all just be fine, right?
Sure.
I mean,
I grab
so
a
far.
javelin. I'm gonna grab one of the javelins. And
There's one javelin and one
I'm
dagger.
gonna grab it.
The dagger
Go ahead.
pretty equivalent to what we have now, like it's not like a masterwork dagger or anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to pull the blade from the scabbard, it is the sharpest blade you've ever seen.
It might be handy to take that with us.
Take it.
And for the purposes of the game mechanics, it is a +1 dagger, and the javelin is a +1 javelin.
Oh shit.
And the journal is of some unknown importance, but it feels significant to you, Cassian.
Let's go down.
I'll probably show it to Erden as well, just so that we can quickly flip through it, so that he also is aware that this might be important if worse were to come.
Erden, you speak a lot of languages. You have a lot of languages that you know. Yeah.
I've been around a bit.
Bit of a linguist.
I know a few things.
This
I've been everywhere,
this does not appear to be in a language that you know. And you get the sense, I will just say, given your linguistic skill, that this might be some sort of personal code.
Ooh. Okay. We might need a cipher for this to crack this one.
Yep. You may need more information, but again, you also get the sense that there's something important about this.
Why would they? Secrets in this book, Cassian. Keep it handy. Keep it safe.
Well, you know, it belonged to one of the people that came out here before, so it's not something that was in here, but it could be useful. If we could identify it.
Indeed, it could.
Go
And
down.
as you say that, I agree. As you say that, we are going to go ahead and take a break because we're about halfway through the session, maybe a little bit more, and I want to be respectful of people's time and their need to refresh. So let's take a 5-minute break here. I want to say thank you to these awesome players. You did awesome in this game so far. You're kicking ass. And also thank you to everybody who's donating to help us with our fundraising effort. We are raising funds for the ACLU. They are doing awesome things in the courts to slow down the darkness that is creeping across the land, as it were, and the tyranny that is manifesting itself. Taking it to the courts, and they need funding so that they can do good things for people who are in need and being forced into some really unfortunate situations. Let's leave it at that. So if you can help us out with a donation, please do. We also understand that not everybody is able to make a donation at this time. Times are tough. If you can help by spreading the word and sharing the link, and just spreading the word about the importance of the work that ACLU is doing, that is helpful as well. So thank you for that. We will be back in just a couple of minutes. So stick around and we'll see what happens with the second half of the story. Thanks, everybody. We are about to delve into a very dark and dangerous place, and I'm very excited to see what happens here. So, to set the stage here, our team of adventurers has taken on a quest to find the resting place of a heroic warrior, a knight of Saint Teragnus, who was, how shall I say, excommunicated, labeled as a heretic for their beliefs regarding the nature of the Shadowdark in this realm. And we've been playing in this particular realm of Shadowdark for quite a while, and along the way, there have been some subtle hints about the nature of the Shadowdark. But now we're getting into a possible through line here with this narrative about uncovering the reasons why this Shadowdark has descended upon the realm, and the heretical information or opinion or belief is that the Shadowdark was actually the result of the hubris and arrogance of Saint Teragnus herself, that it was brought upon the land as a curse that now the peoples of Grimhollow and others are having to deal with on a regular basis, traveling into the Shadowdark to eke by a survival of some kind. And so we have found ourselves at the ruins of Starfall Watch, after traveling and following a map that was given to us by Dame Kethra Vale, the quest giver. Our companions encountered a pair of kobolds, magically befriending one of them, a small kobold who refers to himself as Toklo. That's a callback. And then also the emergence of a monstrosity, which we all know as a troll, although our team hasn't really figured out what that creature was, nor will they, maybe until they've digested them. Because to really know something, you have to consume it. And so we'll find out what happens with the recipes that might happen in the small franchising opportunity for a barbecue that might arise from this adventure. In the meantime, our party has discovered a crack in the foundation of this watchtower that leads into a cavern below. As you look down, my friends, you see a set of stairs, some of the snow sort of like falling into the space as you, I'm assuming, Cassian, kind of hold the lantern and sort of illuminate the space, but you can see that there is an old corridor that descends deeper beneath this watchtower. Rough hewn stone walls and floor, a sort of a stale odor of the air, as if this place hasn't been breached or explored in quite some time, maybe since the fall of Sir Caden Maris, the former knight of St. Taragnus. So as you stand there looking down, you have decided to enter, and so I would have you tell me who is going to be the first to enter.
Well, let's see. It looks dark, dangerous, deadly, smells like death. Grieg, you go first.
You're muted.
Grieg, go first.
All right, so I'm just getting a marching order right now. So Grieg's going first. Who's going to follow Grieg?
Okay.
Should I?
Light source right behind him.
Okay, so Cassian, you're going to go next.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we got Grieg, Cassian, and then what? Kroos, you're going to go third? Okay, Rick's going to go third. Cross can go fourth, and then holding up the rear is going to be Erdon.
Of course.
That's kind of typical.
I mean, I was quite happy to be in the middle of the pack for safety, but I'll go at the back for, escape routes.
I'm right here. Don't worry. I'm right here with you. Don't worry. I have a rope tied to your waist to my waist.
As your companions drop one by one into this little, I would say like a stone landing with this stone staircase descending, and we actually have a map here. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the map. All right, there we are. So we are descending into this place. Okay, so I've got my marching order. Grieg, what would you like to do at the top of the order here? And let's say this, by this point, your holy weapon boons have worn themselves out. Yep. You no longer have the benefit of holy weapon.
For now.
Grieg, look downstairs. Keep lantern. Do we have lantern or torches going?
You have a torch being held by Rick Fried, and you've got a lantern being held by Cassian.
Yes, stay close with light. And he slowly descends the stairs.
Okay.
We'll
All
have
right.
A nice double near of distance to look about, so plenty of light.
Yeah, so right now your light is shining down this corridor, and it's a little bit longer, we'll say, than it looks on the map. It descends for maybe 30 feet. Much of a surprise, given sort of the smallish footprint that you were able to discern of the watchtower above the surface. It looks as though this was some sort of secret chamber, some catacombs or something. But at the bottom there is a door. And so the light sort of just hits against the door, and you can see that it is an iron door that is closed. And Grieg, as you begin to walk down, you get the sense it's kind of, for a big guy like you, it's a very narrow and small corridor. You're sort of having to duck down a little bit, given your size. We'll say you're a little bit larger than the average half orc. The walls are damp and slick. Maybe some moisture from the snow above, maybe some freeze thaw cycles, but the walls seem to be damp. There's some condensation or something else. The dim light of the torch, you can make out that door at the bottom, and the steep stairs. As you take a couple steps down the stairs, I would like you to make a dexterity check, Grieg, and this is going to be a normal check. So 12 is your target.
Ooh, natural 20.
Hey, all right. So you take very nice. You take a step with your left foot, and you can feel as though before you put all of the weight down on that foot, that the floor gives way. And you look down, and it just sort of crumbles, and it was a false floor. And as the light shines down, you can see that it is a pitfall trap. And at the bottom of this pitfall, there are stakes. There are spear tips. There are sharp things to puncture your body should you have fallen into that that pit.
These arms like suddenly jut out, holding onto the wall on either side, partially to stop himself, partially to keep anybody else from like walking past him into the pit trap. This is not good. Not good at all. How far is it from one end of the trap to the other?
It's about a 5-foot width, so you can hop over it fairly easily.
Would somebody else like to go first? Not. I could throw.
Karas will push his way through and see what it is, and he'll jump over to the other side.
Okay, so Cross, you find yourself in the front of the pack here. You jumping across, no problem. You look down, you can see the pitfall trap. You basically like just sort of like just lunge a little bit over it. Not a big deal. The rest of you are able to do the same if you want to. It's not like you're not going to need to roll anything to make it across. It was basically meant to be a trap that would catch someone who put their foot in the wrong place, not like a barrier to entry kind of trap. But you look down and it doesn't look like anyone has triggered this trap in some time. Maybe that is an indication of why it was so fragile in how it fell apart at just the faint little bit of weight from Krieg's foot. Although a small bit of weight, he's light on his feet, but his feet are also pretty heavy. So you make your way down to this iron door. And as you approach, you can see that it's actually cracked open slightly.
Might be my guess.
Put the shoulder to a door and from basically closer to where the hinges would be than the outer edge of the door, and like push in a bit. Okay.
Yeah, you push into the space and it reveals a diamond-shaped chamber that you can see now as the light is illuminating from behind you. As you kind of move your large body out of the way, you can see that this space is dominated by what appears to be some sort of a pool of some kind, maybe. Do you guys enter?
Sure.
I've got a huge man in front of me.
Go ahead and move your tokens in and place them wherever you'd like to be inside this space. If you want to enter the space, go ahead.
Why do I have a wall? There's a wall.
Oh, is there really?
I think Erdan might be causing a wall. I'm not sure.
Why is that happening?
just for Cassian and Rickfield. Hey, we're in.
That's weird.
That is weird.
On a different level of the graphics.
I got it. It's being very finicky about that. Okay.
Let me in.
Yeah, you're in. All right. Can you guys see everything now? All right. Hold up. Yep. Okay. So, you move into this space. Okay. You look around and you can see that there is on the western wall a stone statue of a woman. Her delicate fingers are extended. Her hand is extended. Her delicate fingers are pointing at this stone basin that's centered in the room. You can see there. And then to the western side, beyond the basin, is a closed iron door.
Does this basin in the middle here have anything in it? Is it just water in there? Is it like sort of like water that's kind of been like gathered?
Okay, so yeah, Erdan, you step forward and kind of look into it, and there is some sort of liquid inside of it. It looks to be reflective. It is dead calm. There appears to be maybe a film of something crimson on the top of it. Give me a wisdom check, please.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Dang.
There are, as you peer in, you see your reflection. And your reflection kind of, you kind of do like this. You move your head, the reflection kind of moves its head. And then as you're kind of looking in, you watch as the reflection of your face kind of turns suddenly as if something is coming and then disappears.
Gentlemen, something strange with this liquid?
You didn't drink it, did you?
No. I just looked at it and it did something that I didn't do. My reflection looked in a different direction, quite panicked. So I would say be on your guard. Be on your guard.
It's good you said that. Otherwise, I'd be totally at ease.
All right. Let's do this. Let's go to Grieg. Grieg, what are you doing in this space?
Yeah, Grieg is like standing with one side of him towards the pool, the other side towards the metal gate thing, because he's convinced something's going to happen, but he doesn't know from where.
Okay. So you are, do you want to investigate anything or look, or you're just sort of on alert? You're just sort of standing sentry kind of thing?
More on alert.
Okay, give me a wisdom check. We'll call this, we're going to call this a hard check. So 15 is what you're looking for.
This will go well. Yeah, it went about as well as I expected. An 8.
It's really damp in here, just in general. Like it's warmer than it was on the surface, which might make sense because you're deep below ground and temperatures are different. But it's also like wet.
He's clammy here.
It's clammy, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Cassian, what are you doing?
Moist.
Probably going
I don't know if I go
to
that far.
inspect the statue a bit more. Like, does it seem there's writing around the edges? Is the face of like fear or kind looking? Try to gauge what this statue might be trying to tell us.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you look at the statue. Give me an intelligence check. This will be a normal check.
16.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So it appears to be the visage of a beautiful woman in very ornate gowns. And the nature of who she is unclear. There's no writing, but at her feet, there is carved into the stone what appears to, it almost is reminiscent of like a diamond, like a diamond-shaped stone at her feet, which just kind of stands out to you based on that roll. Again, her arm is extended with her fingers kind of pointing towards the basin and the door beyond it.
So there's actually like a stone at the base that is like movable. It
looks like it's part of the sculpture, but it is it catches your eye because it looks like a large diamond. It is cut as if it has been worked. And Rick Fried, I will just say this, it's not your turn yet, we're gonna come to you, but you've got a jeweler background and you kind of take notice as Cassian is over there, and it's like, it looks like it's a well-cut diamond, but it's just stone. So Cassian, do you want to do anything else with that information?
Probably mumbling, talking to himself a little bit, talking out loud to help draw attention. I'm unsure if this stone is to do anything, and I kind of will end up like trying to grab it and give it a little shake kind of thing. But yeah, nothing that he knows of to do immediately.
Okay. As you give it a little shake, it moves. And as you pull on it, it slides, this compartment slides open underneath the feet of the statue.
I may have found something. can I like use a dagger and just kind of like push it open, or like I just don't want my hand right in there?
Yeah, absolutely. We will come back to you as you mentioned, like I found something, and we'll go next to Rick Fried.
I mean, when I hear tale of a diamond, I'm gonna go check that out too. So,
Yeah.
poking and prodding at that, helping Cassian out to see what the heck is going on with this statue.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over to take a look, and you look down and you see this compartment open up as Cassian is manipulating this secret hidey hole, and there appears to be a key, an iron key, laying in this at the foot of the statue.
I'll grab it.
Okay. Yeah, you pull the key out, and it is it looks like perhaps it's a key to it kind of matches the door that you came through. As you're doing that, we'll jump to Crossroads. What are you doing, Crossroads? Jeff, you're muted.
Apologies. Cross was heading over to where Cassian and Rick Fried were, just mumbling into himself that it's like a moist cake in here. What did you find? You gotta come over to these guys.
You can see that Rick Fried is holding a key in his hand.
Oh, is there a keyhole somewhere?
You look over your shoulder back towards the iron door beyond Grieg, what little you can see of it because of his massive stature. And there, it appears as though there is a closed door there. The one, remember, that you came through was cracked open. And then last or go ahead. Did you want to finish?
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Okay. All right. We'll go to Erdon.
I want to see this liquid in this bowl, this basin. Does it smell like blood? Are we going to guess that something might have been sacrificed down here? That's kind of looking at it. Does it give off like a magical aura? Anything like that?
Are you just looking at it, or how are you investigating? Let me explain a little bit more.
Maybe slight touch it and dab of the fingers to see if it has that sort of strange, like sort of thick blood consistency. Maybe if it's, old oxygenated blood, maybe if it's got that film on it, try and sort of discern whether that could be something bad. Okay.
Yeah, you poke your finger and like just gently into the surface of it, and ripples just emanate from your finger as they go out, as you might expect. And you pull your finger back and you sort of like rub your fingers together, and it's kind of oily. And then you smell it. It smells organic. Like water doesn't give off a smell unless it's tainted in some way. And this smells organic to some extent. But what's really interesting is when you sort of like pull your fingers apart, it's like sticky. There's some sort of like sticky slime element to it. And that's when you hear this grating sound from above your head. And you look up instinctively. The rest of you are kind of like focused on this key. And then you kind of look up. Grieg, you're sort of standing sentinel, and even though you didn't really see anything, you're wondering why it's so damp. And you kind of look up and you watch as this massive mass of goo, this cubic form, drops from the ceiling. And you guys have triggered a trap, and you have now entering the battle is a gelatinous cube. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
No, I thought I was doing a
Please
good thing.
roll initiative. I love you, Shiv. Thank you so much.
I touched the
Roll
goo.
initiative.
You touched the goo. Yeah, please roll initiative. Let's see. Here we go.
The
It's
goo.
not bad.
Let's get some
It's
good
okay.
fighting music.
Okay.
All right.
15 plus 2 is
25 to
17.
20.
Cassian again, natural 20.
Oh wait.
Whoa.
Damn.
I am. Nope, not there. Yep.
Okay. 15 to 20.
Got it.
17.
Cross got a 17 also.
I heard a 19.
Yeah, natural 19 for Grieg.
Okay. 19 for Grieg. And then Shiv, what did you have? Were you in there too?
at 7. I got a 17, but I assume Cross would probably go ahead of me. He got
Sure.
17 as well.
Yep, Cross can go
Cross got
first,
17.
and then Erdon, and then last but not least, what did you get, Rick? Fried?
12.
12. Okay, not bad.
It's respectable.
Respectable initiative, all
Respect,
the
yeah.
guys. Respect, big respect.
Yeah, that was
There's
huge.
this big moist cube here. Delicious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The moistest of cubes has come to attack us. I think we'll be fine.
It is a moist cube. All right, so Cassian, you are at the top of
It
the
looks like a
order.
cake.
What would you
A
like
cake.
to do? It's definitely got some
Um,
ingredients in it. Go ahead.
What the heck was that? I think Cassian's gonna come back to the wall and cast the magic missile at it.
Okay, yeah, it drops from the ceiling, just and it lands right on the base, and it just kind of slimes over the top of it, still holding this generally cubic form. Go ahead and make your roll, please.
Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, all right. So you can either roll double damage or you can double the damage. You just have to decide ahead of time.
I will double the dice since I've got that set up. So
All
hopefully
right,
it's
let's
big.
do it.
Frickety frick. 2. That was already
2
that
points.
has already been doubled.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Should roll
Anything else that you want to do, Cassian?
I'll look towards Rick Fried and the key and the door and decide if he's gonna run, but he's gonna pause and wait to see what the team does.
Okay, that brings us to Grieg.
Seeing the giant green cube drop with what appears to be bones inside of it suspended, freaks out, goes to the iron door and is looking for a way to open it.
Okay, it is thoroughly locked and sealed shut. Do you want? Yeah, that's so. You reach out and you like try to open it. It is locked. You can attempt to do some sort of action to open it if you'd like.
Yeah, he's gonna bring the pommel. If it has an actual lock, like locking it, he's going to like bring the. If it's a physical lock, he'll like bring the pommel of his sword down hard on it to try to break it.
So it's not like a padlock. There's a lever, but there's also like a keyhole. You're a smart enough guy to know that there's probably a key that goes here, but you can try to attack the door if you'd like.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll an attack roll first. You're gonna hit it. It's just how well do you hit it?
Not very well. Not very well at all. 5.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
Well, no, like 5 on the die, so it's 9 total.
Okay. Give me your damage roll.
Seven plus 2, 10. It's 9.
9. Okay. So it's going to do half of that based on your attack roll. Okay. Very cool. All right. That is your action, Krieg. Crossroads. What would you like to do?
Oh boy. He sees through the gelatinous thing, Grieg trying to beat a iron door. I'm going to run over here by where Cassian is and probably drawing my sword and keeping my bow aside for now. And kind of saying to Cassian, should we open that door over where Grieg is? And I really don't want to get near this thing.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right.
But I have my sword out instead.
Gotcha. All right. We'll go to Erdon.
Seeing where I am, I don't want to be this close to this fucking thing. I'm gonna see if I can get to about there.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna mage armor myself because shit's getting real, folks.
Okay. Give me a mage armor roll, please. You need an 11 or better.
Ooh. 14. So
Nice.
I'm good.
Yep. You have your mage armor up. Nice. All right. Rick Fried, what do you want to do, buddy?
Rick Fry knows when it's time to shine and when it's time to not shine. So you hear him say, key sandwich delivery service incoming, and he disappears and becomes invisible.
I love it. I love it.
And then I'm
Invisible.
going to run around this cube to where the door is.
Okay. So you are, because you're a halfling, you can go invisible for 3 rounds. There you go. You got the invisible toy. So just keep track of that for us. All right. Very cool. So then it becomes the gelatinous cube's turn.
Do I get to run to the door?
Yeah, you can move. Yeah.
Do I get to the door? Around
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. You can make a run around it. It is going to respond to that movement though, like a predatory gelatinous cube will do. It doesn't see you. That's right. You're invisible. Okay, so it is going to go after these guys where the bolt of energy came from. It is going to move towards the wall here, nice and slow, just sliding across the stone, leaving this sort of snail trail behind it of sticky goo. And it is going to make a couple of attacks here. It is going to try to engulf both Cassian and Crossroads. So let's see here.
Thanks for me.
Yep. So first of all, it's going to make an attack on Cassian. That is a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
So you're going to first take some damage. So you're going to take 3 points of damage. And then I need you to make a strength check, DC 12. So just a normal strength check, or you will be trapped inside of the cube.
Before I roll this, I want to say it's been nice knowing you all. Oh! 16.
That's 20.
With my
all right.
one.
So
That was
you
good.
managed to, we'll just say you managed to kind of like sneak out of the way as it reaches towards you. And then same thing's going to happen with Crossroads. So first it's going to make this attack of sorts. I'm afraid that's a natural 20, my friend.
Oh no.
That's not good. That is not good, Jeff.
Oh no.
Okay, so you are going to take. I'm going to roll damage twice. So it's going to be
Dungeon Roomba with the super suckage.
4 points of damage, and then it is going to, because it's a natural 20. I'm going to make it a harder DC. It's going to be a 15 instead. So go ahead and give me a Dex check, please, to avoid being engulfed.
Come on, Cross. Come on, Cross.
All right, so my grit is dexterity based for my character. So
Okay. Yeah, I think that would apply here.
So that give me advantage then, right, on the roll?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Whew. Thank God for advantage. I rolled a 3 and a 17.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you sneak out of the way as this thing comes down at you. It should have been a strength check, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. I messed up. All right, so that is its turn. We'll go back to the top of the order. Cassian, what are you gonna do?
Jesus, I will. I mean, I know I need to get away, but I think I'm going to cast Protection from Evil,
Okay.
and then run. So first, casting the spell, and it fails. But
Oh,
I'll get
no.
another.
Oh.
Luck point.
You want to use luck
I've
point?
already used one. I feel like I'm using them
you know,
all.
hey,
How many do we have? Two?
2 left.
2
We
left.
have 2 left now.
Well, you could always implore the chat to help out with the donation to the
I say use it.
ACLU.
That's what they're there for.
I mean, we're definitely gonna need more of them. I guess party. It's up to you guys. What do you think?
I say use it.
All right, I'll try.
Yep.
I'll try
I
again.
think you've got the endorsement here.
15.
No,
And
Successful.
then we'll try to run. Gotta get to the door in the party because I assume it'll be open any second. Kind of
Well, you've got the
around.
key.
Yep. You have the key, I believe, Cassian. So okay, that is your turn.
Nope. Rick Free.
Oh, Rick Roll took it. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Grieg, it's your turn. Sorry, Rick Fried.
Okay.
Siegfried and Roy, whatever your name is. Rick Fried Bumble.
Rick Fried and Roy.
Rick Fried
Never gonna
Rumble
let you
Belly.
down.
Right.
Greg, what do you want to do?
Boy.
Greg is not he not the one. Okay, well, he's still not another great hit, but you know.
Is this against the door?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This one is only for 5 and half,
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Yep. The door is being dented and beat, but still intact. All right. That brings us to Crossroads. I believe you're muted.
Sorry. I'm
okay.
getting out of there. I see all my friends like over by this door, like, and I'm just gonna hightail it over here and make a defensive position behind Grieg.
Okay. Erdan.
And
Oh, sorry. Go
just
ahead.
yell for wherever. I'm like, wherever you are, unlock this damn door.
If only I had key.
Erdan, what would you like to do?
I'm staying where I am, and I'm just hoping this thing doesn't come towards us because we're in a bit of a group situation here.
Yes,
so
you
I'm
are.
waiting,
Okay, you're gonna wait.
waiting for the door to open.
Beads of sweat
just
beginning to
ready.
roll down from your brow.
Yeah,
It's humid in here.
basically it's quite moist. My robes are very damp.
Understood. All right, Rick Fried. What do you want to do, buddy? You are currently invisible with a key in your hand.
Hey man, I'm just looking at the door thinking we're just two strangers in the world. We know the rules, but I don't. Key in, turn, through. If it opens it.
Yeah, you put the key in and turn it. You hear the mechanism click, and the door just and sort of like opens up. It doesn't open all the way, but you can tell it's unlocked.
Can I?
You can push it open.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You push it open, and you can see that there is a corridor that leads down to the east. We'll say. Deeper into this complex of corridors and dungeon rooms. You see that happen. You still have movement if you'd like to move.
I'm through. I'm going through.
Okay, let me see if I can actually get you in there. I don't know why it's giving me this weird. Let's do this.
Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie.
Might be where the layers of the darkness overlap or something. Could create like a little wall.
Yeah, maybe.
We've known each other for so long. The hearts was making, but you're
No.
too shy to say.
It has to do with the light.
Dynamic lighting, is it?
Yeah, it's the dynamic lighting.
It's a tricky one.
Yep. Okay, so you move into the space. I'll put you right there for the moment. How far in do you want to go? You have, you can move up to around 30 feet or so. We're not super restrictive on that, but where do you want to
I
go?
want to go just 5 more feet, like up to the wall to let other people in.
Okay, gotcha.
So they
That's
don't trample me.
all right. That sounds really good. You don't want to get trampled, especially by Grieg. Okay, all right. So it is the gelatinous cube's turn, and it is going to. To come for you guys. Let's see. It is going to go after Cassian. So let me give a roll here.
You do have disadvantage.
Okay, thank you for the reminder. Okay, it is going to miss with a 10, I assume.
You are wrong, actually.
Oh, okay. So it hits you.
Really?
You're going to take 2 points of damage.
Cassian's out.
Oh, no. Give me a D6 roll quick, Cassian, on that lantern. 1 through 3 is bad. 4, 5, 6 is worse.
1.
Okay, so it
shit.
drops to the ground and goes out.
And for Dave, so you're aware, I have a +1 to my con.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so you are down, my friend. Okay, with its second attack. Oh, and you know what? Because you can't make a strength save, it is going to engulf you. You get sucked into it. You guys watch as this thing just a pseudopod kind of like reaches out and pulls him inside.
Oh no!
And Cassian is now inside of this thing. It is going to also make a similar attack against Erdon. And I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's definitely going to hit. 23. Erdon, you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make a strength check to resist being engulfed.
Ouch.
My -3 to strength.
All right, you only need a 12.
Natural 1.
Oh no, that's even worse. Okay, so you get sucked into the middle. You're right in the middle of this damn thing. Okay, so here's the deal.
Rolling using a luck point to save a wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, we could do that. Which wizard? You've got 2 wizards. How many
The other
luck
one's
points do you
dead.
have? Oh, you're down. All right,
The other one's dead.
that's true. Wow, tough crowd.
I'll name a sandwich after him, but that's about all that's gonna happen.
Do you want to use the luck point?
Caspian.
I will, if everyone's happy with it, I'll try and re-roll. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Go for it. You can re-roll. It's a 12 is what you're looking for.
We're now out, chat. We need your help.
We have no luck points left.
That's a 10.
And as I was saying, you watch it gets sucked into this
It's the
thing.
-3 that did it.
Oh yeah, it really was. That is tough. Strength is not your forte. But yeah, you watch this go down. And we're back at the top of the order. And Cassian, your clock ticks down 1.
Yep.
As you are sucked inside this thing, and you guys can see that Erdon is like probably fighting and like moving still. Cassian's body is just limp. It's just like sort of just suspended in this goo.
Wait, did I go?
It's not your turn yet.
Oh.
So now it is. Well, actually, Cassian, you get to roll a d20, and if you get a natural 20, you're back up with 1 hit point.
Oh yeah. Also, I don't know where they are, but we do have 2 healing potions, so people are aware
Yes,
of
we
that.
do.
That is a 4 for my roll, so I'm not up.
Okay, you are not up. Okay, so your clock ticks down by 1, gobbling up your Constitution bonus. Grieg, what do you do as you see the door swing open in front of you after bashing it a few times, and then you hear perhaps a cry from Erdon as they are pulled into this gelatinous cube.
All 3 of them in the gelatinous cube at this time, or just the 2 wizards?
Just the 2 wizards, as it turns out. Crossroads is kind of off to the side here.
Yeah. Is the lantern that the one dropped anywhere near me?
Yeah, it fell and went out. It did not shatter, but it fell and went out. It's on the ground.
Yeah. Greg is going to grab the lantern and run through the doorway and get to the other side.
Hey, Tyler, I got a question for you. I know that we discussed this before, and we had a house rule on if you are a halfling, for example, and you decide to go invisible and you are the torch bearer. Do we remember what did we decide on the torches? Jeff, do you remember?
We saw the light. We saw the light. We just couldn't see him or where the light was coming from, really. I mean, you knew where the center of the light was, so it's...
So you can presume that you kind of know where the individual is that's holding the light, but you don't see the
we just
torch.
can't see him.
Okay,
Right, we
yeah.
don't see the
The
torch,
light's not invisible, but the torch and the person are. Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so there's still some light. I was just worried if maybe you guys didn't have any light anymore. All right, sorry, Rob. What do you want to do?
That too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Greg grabs the lantern and runs to the door and just yells at Cross, close the door behind you.
All right, go ahead and put your token where you run into. Like how far in do you go?
He's running
going
as
all the
far
way?
as he can.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
As you run down this corridor,
Panic has completely set in. He should be thinking about traps. He is not.
No, he was not thinking about traps. You race down the grand hallway, and you don't even notice this, but the observer who's seeing this happen sees that there are the walls are perforated with these small pipe-like barrels all along the extent you can kind of see them on either side of the hallway, and you just hear this as these darts, 4 pairs of darts, shoot out. I need you to roll a dexterity check. 12 is your target.
All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that a 7 or a natural 1? No, that is a natural 1.
Okay, so that's not good. You run down, and I'm gonna because of the natural one, I'm gonna sort of narrate a little bit. You run down, you get to this point here. The first set of darts fly in. You take 2 points of damage as 2 darts hit you. You drop the lantern because of the natural 1. I'd like you to give me a d6 roll. 1 through 3 is bad. 4, 5, 6 is worse.
Oh, there's oil all over the floor.
Yeah, it smashes as it hits the ground. The lantern is completely smashed. Oil seeping along the way. Do you think that would have stopped Grieg from running, or do you think he would have just kept going?
He's still going.
All right, he's still going. So give me another.
Whether or not he actually noticed the darts is anything more than an.
Give me another dex check as you race past the second pair. You're trying to get a 12 or better.
Well, that apparently motivated him because I rolled a 15 that time.
Okay, yeah, you move so fast at this point that the 2 darts miss you. You get to the third pair. Give me another dex check.
And apparently he thought he was safe because he stopped right where the darts were.
And get hit by them? As they
rolled a 5.
Yep, so you take 2 more points of damage as 2 more darts hit you, and then do you stop there? Or do you keep going?
I already said that I stopped there, so.
Okay, yep. All right, so you stop there.
And he realized he's got darts sitting. It's like, oh, ow.
I love it. All right, that was Grieg's turn. No light in there. You can see that there's a little bit of light from an invisible source. Now, Cross, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Cross sees his 2 friends get consumed by this horrible thing. He hears Grieg running through. He knows the halfling is somewhere. And he just says, I am sorry. I will write songs about you. I promise.
Oh, no.
He's going to run in here.
Oh, no. All right, you run inside.
Remember to shut the door behind him.
Oh, he kicks it. He's like walking backwards basically, and as he gets through, he's just gonna close the door.
Oh my God! So the room is completely dark that you guys are in with the gelatinous cube. The room goes completely dark.
Well, the halfling has his door. Oh, the door's a door. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you just kicked the door closed and to the diamond-shaped room where the gelatinous cube has engulfed your friends. And there is no light in there anymore. So that room is completely dark. Now, Erdon, it is your turn. You are still currently alive, are you not?
I believe so.
I believe you are too. I believe in you so much. I believe in you very much. So basically, you are engulfed and you are suffocating. What's your con bonus?
Okay. It is 2.
Okay. So you are not able to breathe air while you're in here.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay. You also are going to have disadvantage on attacks. What would you like to do?
Is there any way I can try and force my way out, try and pull myself out? Any way I can try and be birthed by this gelatinous cube?
All right. I will say yes. I think there is a way you could do it, but it's going to be nigh impossible. So I'm going to go ahead and have you roll a strength check, but it's going to be a 15 this time instead of a 12.
Okay, let's do it. That's an 18 minus 3.
That's a 15. That's a 15.
Yeah.
All right. So you plop yourself out onto the ground, covered like you just got
Covered in
slimed,
goo.
right? Covered in goo, complete darkness. There's no light in this room whatsoever, and you hear this faint whispering. We've been waiting for you. You're one of us. Give me a wisdom check. 12.
Okay.
12 is what you want.
It's a 13.
Okay, so you're going to take half of this. You're going to take 2 points of damage as your mind starts to almost turn on you. Your brain starts to hurt from these voices that are in your head. You take like it'd be akin to like a psychic damage attack sort of thing. As you can hear, these voices are calling at you and calling to you. You do not have any more actions because you use your action to get out. But you could say something, or you could try to move. We'll say you could do like a half movement if you want. But you don't know where you are. It's so dark. It's so dark.
Oh. Would I at least remember where that door was?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
I would say after all of this happening, it's going to be a hard check, so 15.
Oh, that's an 18.
Yep. So you move in the right direction. You can get to the door.
I'm just gonna shout for a go. I'm still alive, you fucks.
You find the door locked. You just start banging on it.
I'm still alive.
The rest of you hear this banging on the door. We'll go to Rick Fried. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
So I hear him banging on the door. Did the door lock itself when it's shut?
Ooh, that's a great question. Give me a D6 roll. A 1 through 3, it did not. 4, 5, 6, it's locked.
I rolled a 5.
So it is locked.
Oh, that's a shame.
But you do have the key.
I do.
Does he have the secret? I got the key.
What's the secret word?
Is it some sort of sandwich? I don't know. Who's covered in slime?
I mean, I would like to take just a moment looking at the map that all of these characters look so serious. They're icons. The 2 wizards were in the gelatinous cube, and my character is just laughing his ass off, having the best ever.
Very jovial.
Yeah, he is.
That is
That's
incredible.
what a full belly will do to a guy.
Just having a ball. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Good lamp on the inside.
Right. So Rick Fried, what would you like to do? Do you want to open the door to save your friend? Do you want to leave him out there to die?
I will open the door because I assume if he's banging on the door, he's not in the slime.
Okay.
That's my assumption.
Yeah, that seems fair. So we'll call it your we'll call it your action. Yep, to open up the door for him. Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, is he still invisible?
I think for one more round after this.
One more round.
So basically, all I see is I'm banging on the door just opens automatically in front of me.
You're like banging on the door, and then it just your arm just kind of like, oh.
And now I'm freaking out because I've heard voices. I've been in the cube. A door opens mysteriously.
The light shines back. So now you're back in the light now as the door opens, and you kind of like shield your eyes for a minute. And
you hear shh as an invisible finger that smells like barbecue sauce goes right on your mouth like this.
Rick Fried?
No.
Was that Erdad's last meal? What's going on?
He's been over there having lunch while this is all going on.
Now the question is, I've seen the dart. Did I see the darts coming out the wall, pelting my friend?
I would say you probably did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, is it like a whole row of holes on the wall, or is it like could I kind of just walk under it?
You could probably do some. Let's go ahead and do a dexterity check. Dexterity. It's a normal check for you as you're gonna move down the corridor.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get to Grieg.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I rolled an 8, and so it's an 8.
Yeah, you got an 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I got an 8.
Yeah. Okay. So you sneak past this first one, and the darts shoot out and go past you. You get to the second one, the darts hit you, taking 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then you get right here, kind of in between them, and Grieg is sort of like looking down, pulling these barbed darts out of their leg, and like, oh, what's this? And kind of throwing them to the side. It's interesting because when you open the door, Erdon is standing there, like panicked, covered in slime from head to toe.
Yeah.
And you look back and you can see the gelatinous cube in the glow from the torch that you have, and it's just kind of like looming there, and you catch just one last view of Cassian's body.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, that gave me the inspiration for the sandwich.
Mm-hmm. The Cassian special.
Yeah, that'll be named after him.
I love it. All right, so you run down, join Grieg, and it is the cube's turn. It is digesting Cassian, and it is going to move forward because it's not done with Erdon. It wants Erdon back.
Get away from me.
So Erdon, it is going to make an attack on you.
Okay.
That is a 10. I do not think it hits you
It does not hit me.
with the first
It does
attack.
not. My mage armor is
Yep.
still around.
Now,
For
second attack. It's a 6 again. So I rolled 10s twice. So it does not hit you. In fact, I'm just going to say for flavor, you just sidestep it and step inside here. The door is currently open. It is Cassian. It is your turn to roll a d20 if you'd like. And if you get a natural 20, you're up. Well, your up is sort of debatable, but you'd have 1 hit point.
That's a 9. Nope.
Okay, so your clock ticks down again. Grieg, it's your turn.
Grieg is furiously trying to light one of his torches.
Okay. Yeah.
Drink a potion.
How you hear
I'd love to
a
drink a
whispered
potion,
voice. Who has the potions?
I don't know that we ever decided
Don't
on
say
that.
Cassian. Just see
No,
two
probably
potions
not.
just spool out
Yeah,
of
no.
come out of his
Mhm.
pockets.
Both of them on the same person?
No,
No, I
probably
would have
not.
thought.
It's fine. You guys can decide that when the time is right. But you are going to try to light a torch. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you are trying to light a torch now. Would you say that this is a frantic moment where the stakes are high and you need to get this torch lit, or do you think this is sort of like just going through the motions to get a torch lit?
I think he figures there's other food, in case this thing decides to go through the door, there's other food between him and the cube, and I think he's okay at this point in terms of
Okay.
being able to light a torch.
All right. You are able to get a torch going, no problem. Let's see, 30 feet, yada, yada. There we go. Okay, so you have a torch going. All right, good turn. That brings us to Crossroads. What do you want to do?
Cross since he's been in there and he saw where Grieg is standing,
Ooh. Oh,
he's going
shit.
to
Sorry,
be
go ahead.
dexterous, and he's going to try to move a little farther down towards Grieg is. Actually, I'm not sure where I was when I came in because I wasn't aware. But so I'm gonna just go a couple of feet, like 10 feet in.
Okay.
Being careful. I don't know if I have to make any dexterity checks if those things are still shooting darts or not.
Yep, give me a dex check
All right.
on that first set. Yeah, per pair. So it looks like you've got
12,
2.
13, 14.
Yep,
14.
so you managed to sidestep the first set. Give me another round.
Oh, that's even better. That's a 15 total.
Yep. So they just miss you. You look back, you see Erdon, and you see this gelatinous cube looming behind. I just want to give a quick shout out
close the
to
door.
Joe C and Melanie H. Hang tight because I appreciate you, and you just did a good thing. All right, so you move forward. Cross, did you want to take an action of some kind?
Not right now. I'm not.
Okay.
I just nothing to shoot at, and I'm not going to waste a healing potion.
Yep. All right, Erdon, It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna kick this door closed.
Okay, boom, the door is closed.
And can I take one of the healing potions? Because I'm like
Yeah.
not in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. What's the deal with that? What do I do?
It
For a
is
roll.
a D. Is it a D10? I think I made them bigger than normal.
Oh, D10.
Let me just double check that. I think that's true. It is a healing potion. I should think I would know this off the top of my head. Oh yeah, D10. D10 healing potion.
Oh, cool.
Thank
I'm
you
back
so
to
much, you guys, for supporting this
full.
fundraiser.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yep. Thank you guys for helping us out with the healing potions. Much appreciated. All right. So you use your action to drink a healing potion. That brings us to Rick Fried. Rick Fried, is this your last invisible round, or are you now visible?
I am visible.
Nice. All right. You're back in it, baby. What do you want to do?
So, Grieg's looking pretty beat up.
Yes.
I will heal him. I hope. With the power of brunch. It's not breakfast. It's not lunch. It fits right in the middle. You get the all-you-can-drink mimosas and stuff. I'm a big fan.
Greg like this, best of both worlds.
Yes. Shout out to my friends Joe and Mel, because yeah.
Pancakes and pastrami. What could go wrong?
19 on the die.
That is a successful. Go ahead and roll a D6 and heal him up.
4.
4 points of healing.
And then I'll move towards the door.
Okay.
Other door.
The other door. And you are the one with the key, correct?
Yes. Key and a torch.
I love this is great. This is so good. This is so good. All right, cool. So, you get to the door and you look at the door and kind of push on it. It is locked. That is the first thing you notice. Luckily you have the key, which is nice. Nice to have the key. Okay, so that happens. That was Rick Fried's turn. It is the cube's turn. The cube is just munching away on poor Cassian. Cassian's body being digested. Not a whole lot that Cassian can do, given that they are unconscious and quite possibly dead already. It doesn't seem like it's probably a good situation going on over there. But the gelatinous cube is happy. So there's that. So we'll go back up to the top of the order. Cassian, give me a D20 roll as your ticker counts down again.
5.
5. Okay. Ooh. Yep. Not so good. All right, Grieg, it's your turn. Your halfling friend has appeared magically and is now at the door. The door behind you slams shut. A sticky Erdon standing there, looking like sad, like a wet dog. What would you like to do?
Does Grieg notice the other two dark holes that are between him and Rickfried?
I would say so. And actually, Rickfried, give me a dex check for that move. 12 is your target.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you.
I need to do better.
It was gonna happen anyway. If I decided to move,
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to evade the darts. All right. So Grieg, back to you. You're gonna move forward.
Grieg is going to get on the ground and crawl to the door.
Okay. Yeah. Just sort of a soldier crawl underneath the apertures. Okay. Yeah. No problem. You make it to the door. Belly crawling it. Not a problem. Do you want to take an action when you get to the door?
No, just stand up, because he knows Rickfried has the key, so he's just waiting.
Okay. All right.
Dave, I need a second. I need to get something from outside.
Yep, that's fine. Go for it. We're gonna go on to a very wonderful moment in this game that is happening, and that is going to be the idea here that our friends Melanie and Joe have donated a monster drop So big, happy, very fun. I've been frantically rolling up a monster to drop in here, and I think this is somewhat fitting, and also somewhat terrifying, as from the ceiling, we'll say, just above Erdon. Actually, yeah, I know it's not good. Just above Erdon. This is not what you want. You hear this buzzing sound. You hear this terrible, like almost like insectoid sound coming from some sort of like chamber or tube. You look up, Erdon, and you watch as give me a D4 roll, please.
D4. Okay.
Yes.
2. It's a 2.
2. Okay, gotcha. All right. So this is what happens. You hear this zzz, as 2 sting bats come flying down this tube with their stingers pointed right at you like murder hornets from a game of House of Eidolons. And they come straight towards you, and they're going to jump in here and make 2 attack rolls. So let's give them an opportunity here. The first one is going to be, where is my? There it is. Is going to be a. Sorry, looking for the stat block here. There it is. Okay, there we go. All right, it is going to be a 14 and a 12. Do either of those hit?
14 will hit because
14
that's
hits?
my armor class at the moment.
Okay, so that is going to be D4. So 4 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And this thing, this probably like 1.5 foot long proboscis just pierces into your jugular and into your body, and the rest of you hear Erdon just shriek in pain, this buzzing sound, loud as if the sound of being amplified through these vents in the ceiling, and you look back and you can just see this thing attached to Erdon, just pulsing as it has now attached itself and is draining his blood. Awesome. Let's go back to let's see. Who just took their turn? That was Rick Free just took a turn, yeah? Or was that Krieg? Is it Cross's turn?
Yeah, it's Cross's turn.
Yeah, it's Cross's turn. Cross, go ahead.
So Cross hears the scream. He turns around. He sees. Actually, he was kind of facing that way anyway. He's waiting for Erdon. So he sees this thing like sucking the blood out of his neck with his proboscis, right?
Oh yeah.
He gets in position a little bit. He moves a little. He says, "Don't worry, I got this. There's no history of friendly fire in my family."
Oh no!
I was going to say, it's just the coup de grace from Correct.
He's going to shoot at the one that's on Rodeo.
Here we go.
Puts me out my misery.
Don't worry, I'm good at this.
I've never missed.
Oh, yes.
Twang.
That's the dirty 21.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage. Ooh. This is the one that's on Erdon, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
D8 plus 2. Oh, D8 plus 6 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that you kill it. Nice shot.
Nice. It's for the visual effect. It hits the damn thing, and it just takes it and it sticks it to the door behind Erdon.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
So it's like, oh, the thing's just like pinned to the door behind him.
All right, yeah. So like kind of back in here. All right, cool. Yeah, just the proboscis kind of like pulls itself out. You scream in pain. Erdon, a god of blood just kind of squirts out. That is Cross's turn. It is your turn, Erdon. There's another one of these things buzzing in your face.
I'm just like, just leave me the fuck alone. Just like covered in slime and bleeding. And I just raise my hand up and I'm just going to magic missile it. Like,
all right. Hell yeah. Give us a roll to cast. Give advantage, I believe.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. So you can either double the dice or roll the dice and double it.
That's going to be, that's not great. That's 3 points.
Okay. It does not kill it. but it hits it and it's sort of like, and it sort of like rights itself and looks right at you as if it's coming in for some love. That is your turn unless you want to move.
That is my turn. I'm gonna try and get back to this wall here.
Okay. All right. Yep, no problem. You can get to that wall right there.
That doesn't trigger anything, does it?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, no.
Rick Pride, you are at the door. What do you want to do?
Rick Fried wonders if it's better to die by these than being eaten alive, and really doesn't know because he's not usually lunch himself. He's looking for the lunch. So I try to unlock this door and go through.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can unlock the door. We'll say it takes you an action, but you can unlock the door and open the door and move into the space. So let me just I don't know why it's doing these weird borders. But you know what? Maybe I could just get rid of this. We don't need that. There we go. We'll just do that. All right. So yeah. So you're able to move into this space here.
5 feet is good.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to anyways, yeah, you can see a little bit too much, but yeah, you move into the space here, and you can see that you're in this chamber, and to the both to the north and the south we'll call it, are corridors that lead to doors. This is some sort of an antechamber perhaps. There's also and both the door to the north and south are dented and worn. And you can see that straight ahead is a more ornate door that goes on into a deeper space within this cavern. You get shivers up your spine as you enter into the space. But that is the end of your turn, unless you want to say anything, Epic.
I also look back and say in the door, I believe in you, Erdon.
Just right on the edge of the light, too, aren't you, Erdon?
No.
Yeah, just a touch.
Just
not again.
Barely. All right, cool. That was Rick. So Cassian,
Remember,
I'm not even gonna have you roll a d20 because you have been expired. Unfortunately, you are no longer with us, my friend. Your companions left you behind to die, and you can't blame them, really. I mean, it wasn't good. So we'll go to Grieg. Oh yeah, I have this.
I'm muted.
Grieg is following Rickfried through the door because it sounds better that way. Through the door and hurry up or you lose light. Come on. Yeah, yelling.
I thought you had a torch in your hand.
I do. I've got the torch. Cross no have torch. Last check.
Nor does Erdon.
No, but Grieg has one, so there should be more light where Erdon is, right?
Yeah. Let's not worry about that right now, Jeff. Okay, so you move forward into the space with your torch. You don't have a lantern, so actually that is about right. But we'll jump to Cross. It's your turn right now. You can see the darkness consuming the back to the west here. There's still a stingbat flying around. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I just yelled at Erlan to come on, hurry up, be as fast as you can, and keep your head low. And I'm gonna run for the door, and I'm gonna have to make some dexterity checks, probably, right?
Yes. Give me 2 dexterity checks. It looks like so. Then both of them are a DC 12.
All right, DC 12. First roll is a 16 on the die, so that made it.
Yep.
And the second one is an 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 will not make it.
So yeah, you get pierced by 2 darts. You take 2 points of damage.
Ouch.
And do you go through the threshold of the door, or do you stay sort of like in that hallway?
No, I want to make it easy for him to close the door and get out of Erdan's way. So I will probably come in and just go right to that spot right there.
All right, Erdan, it's your turn. What do you want to do, buddy?
Hearing Cross's words, I'm gonna bolt for the door in all my slimy glory.
Okay. All right. You
It's
can
like
make it
watching
to the
the
door,
gauntlet.
no problem. Just soaking wet.
Yep.
All right. And do you want to take any sort of action when you get to the doorway?
No, I don't trigger anything. Nothing happens.
Oh,
No.
yeah. You do have to do a couple of
yeah.
dex saves. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get away with that one easy. I thought, no, that's not.
Sorry, my mind is like calculating like time
That's
and
fine.
like because we're past 3 o'clock
That's
and I'm
fine.
sort of
Yeah.
trying to figure out what
The first
how to
one
wrap it.
is a 17,
that is successful.
and the second one, that's a 10.
Okay, that is not successful. You take 2 points of damage.
Okay, what you see as you see him run, one misses him, the second one gets him on the back, and like in the film Platoon, he falls forward
Oh no!
and just boom, and Erdon is out.
Do you just slide through the door?
Yeah, basically I hit the floor and just go into the where you guys are, just like
Greased up.
Yeah. He's totally greased up. Do you have a
So I
a con
probably-
bonus, Shiv? Do you have a con bonus?
My con bonus is 2.
+2. Okay.
So I probably get to about there as I'm just like face down, darts in my back as I hit the floor.
Okay.
There goes my hero.
It is Rickfried. It's your turn. You turn as you watch this slow motion epic cinematic moment happen. What do you want to do?
So my choices are to heal him or shut the door, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just on the other side of the door.
I'll heal him.
Nice.
I'll heal him.
Let's get a healing roll. Cast that spell, baby.
14 on the die.
That's success. That's a successful roll. Very nice.
5 points.
Nice.
Ooh, that is. Thank
Ooh.
you, sir. Dan is very much possum-like.
And
Wow.
he just notices he has some breadcrumbs sprinkled on him a little bit.
The
Don't
garlic,
deep fry
garlic and
me.
butter.
Stuck in the slime, so I'm not really sure how good that is. But
We'll say this for the sake of narrative here. You pull Erdon through the door. You slam the door shut just as the sting bat is flying towards the door, trying to get through. And you slam it, and you can just hear it smack right into the door as the door closes. And you find yourselves, the 4 of you, some of you barely surviving. You're in this sort of antechamber space right now, antechamber, and it is quiet. You can maybe hear the continued like banging of the sting bat against the door on the other side, but for the moment it can't get to you. So you have a bit of a moment here. To the north is a door. To the south is a door, and both of them look as though they are worn, perhaps beaten to some extent. And you can see that upon inspection, the door to the south, there's some rust-streaked words etched into its surface that translate to beyond hope. And then straight ahead, of course, there's this more ornate door it's framed by stonework that bears all kinds of like carvings, ornate decorative carvings. What would you guys like to do?
Straight ahead. Does that seem the better way to go?
yeah,
There's
there's
a-
definitely the shiny door.
Door here, a door here, and a door here.
Shiny
and then-
door.
I think
back this way.
nice door, the best
So
door.
this one's. Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
It could be a trap.
What is a trap here?
Might
True.
indeed be a trap.
I'm probably, unless somebody wants to try to heal me again with another healing spell, I might have to drink that healing potion. I don't know.
Well, now would be a good time to decide what you want to do with that.
Yeah,
Not going to do you any good if you die.
How's Grieg
Yeah,
looking? Grieg looking okay?
I'm well, 6 of 10. So how he
Oh,
looks is
I'm a lot less than that. All right, I'm gonna suck down a potion. What is it? You said they're 1d10.
Yep,
D10.
1d10.
Come on, Todd Stashwick. Oh, okay. I'll take 7 back.
There you go. Is that your
Who's
last
you
healing
for-
potion?
It might be. I
Yes.
think. Yeah.
All right. So you guys
Yeah,
are
I
all
was
out of
good.
healing potions and all out of luck points.
But that puts me at full strength. So
Very cool.
But
All right,
are we
well-
all out of love?
yes.
We'll see. We will see. So,
But
my
the-
friends, it
it's
sounds to
forward.
me like you are going to push forward through this ornate door and into this chamber beyond. So, you use the key, not a problem. You open the door up. Good job on finding that key, by the way, because a lot of this would have been very difficult. You would have been sort of jammed up and bottlenecked pretty severely. So that was a key find there.
key?
Nice job.
I see what you did there.
Yes. Okay, so
Greg,
go
on to
ahead.
you.
You guys move into this space. You have various individuals have light effects going. You find yourself in this extremely dark space, a oval-shaped room that is generally dominated by this stone platform, and upon the stone platform you see this very ornate sarcophagus. On the lid of the sarcophagus is it has this beautiful designs of what appears to be a soldier, a knight laying there with a shield laying on their chest, covering their body. To the sides of the chamber, you can see that. I'm going to give Grieg some of that light. Do you have light on? I don't know. I can't tell. You can see that to the north and south of the chamber, and in the corners of the chamber, that there is. Who's got the light? There we go. There are these statues of what appear to be angels, and they have motif of sunbursts and radiant sort of motifs on them, and that's what you see. So I will ask you what you would like to do with this information.
No. This is smart one.
Okay.
What are we here for? For proof?
I think
That's-
so.
Krieg opens sarcophagus.
Is there anything written on this sarcophagus? Anything writing? Any inscriptions? Anything of that nature?
Give me a intelligence check, please. Erdon, this will be an easy check, so a 9 for you.
That's a 12.
You start to examine as Grieg offers to open it. You look and you can see immediately that this is, as you put your hand up to sort of pause, you can see that this is indeed the resting place of Sir Caden Maris. His name is chiseled into the side in very ornate and beautiful script. There are, you would probably be savvy enough, given your linguistics and that sort of thing, and your studies of magic, this is definitely a burial site for someone who worships Saint Taragnus. You can
Okay.
also see that there is on this sarcophagus on the lid, it appears as though, what was the roll?
12.
Well,
12. Okay. It appears as though the shield, as you look at the shield that is perched on top of this, it is not connected to the stone. In fact, and you look at the shield itself, and you can see that the shield has this. It looks like it's beautifully crafted, untouched by time. Everything else seems to have sort of this old feel to it. The shield, however, seems to almost be untouched by time. And there, it's this kind of brushed metallic gray, but it has these like almost organic veins of gold striations along its surface. And the most important piece of this description is that on the face of the shield, in the middle of an ornate sunburst design, is the what's the way to say this? Is a symbol of a key, of a bright golden key on top of the shield.
Okay, I'll point this out to the rest of the gang, make them aware of it, make them aware of everything on the sarcophagus as well as the shield.
Does it match your key, Rick Fried?
I'll try it.
No, I mean, it's not a keyhole. It's really like a shield that has this beautiful sunburst sort of design, but part of the design is like a shape of a key on top of the sunburst.
Is it embossed? Where it's like
embossed.
Raised?
Yeah, it's like raised up. You remember that Dame Kethra Vale had mentioned that she was seeking the key to whatever whatever the mystery of this night is. And as you, I would say this too, with that roll, the 12, as you look on the edge of the shield, you can see some script in there. Do you speak Celestial?
Yes, I do.
It says something that seems familiar to you. It says, light is not righteousness. Light is truth. And that is almost a direct quote, although maybe slightly different than what Dame Kethra Vale said to you.
Wasn't that what we're here for?
I shall translate and tell the party.
That's what we are here, sent here to do, right? Basically prove the truth.
I think so.
What, do we take the shield, or is it?
I think the shield is the key.
We shall not leave shield here. Shield too nice. And he he doesn't wait. He takes the shields.
I'm like, Rick Fried, just be set with that key in case we get locked in here.
What is Grieg, what is your alignment?
Neutral.
Okay. Give me a Constitution roll. This is going to be difficult, so 15.
Oh no.
Yeah. Zap.
That's what I'm waiting for.
With my modifier, 15 exactly.
Okay. So you'll take half of this. You're going to take 2 points of radiant sort of style damage. You just see this burst of light that fills up the entire room and then goes down, and you let go of the shield instinctively. Your hands are burned. There's like black char and wounds on your hands where you reach down to touch the shield.
Sad Greg. No shield for Greg.
Anybody here?
Can I try and touch the shield?
Yeah, you go up and try to take the shield. What's your alignment?
Yeah, lawful.
Oh, okay. All right, so you grasp the shield and pull it forth, and nothing happens. All other than you now have a shield in your hands.
Let's get out of here.
Great.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's just let's go.
I will say this, Erdon, as you hold the shield, you feel that it radiates a warmth.
Ooh.
The shield itself radiates warmth. You get the sense that this is significant to Dame Kethra Vale's quest, and that the idea, she said, that the key was hidden inside the tomb of this once valiant and then later excommunicated knight of the Order of Saint Taragnus. That this is probably what she was looking for. Now, we have a significant problem, guys.
Getting back.
Because you need to get out of here. So there's a door. As you were, we're gonna drop the map for now. Don't worry about the map anymore. And bring us back to the camera stage here. And thanks to everyone who's been hanging out with us. I know we're going a little bit long. We're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute. If you participated or in the fundraiser, thank you so much. We are fundraising for the ACLU. We got to $411 right now, and that is awesome. So thank you all for being part of that. I appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people out there that appreciate what we're doing to help bolster the freedom fighters at the ACLU. You step back out into the antechamber. There is an opportunity here, my friends. You could, for example, go to the north door. You could go to the south door. You could seek a passage back from whence the way you came, going past the Hall of Horrors, the siphoning, the stingbat siphons, the reflecting pool of goo, etc. Or you could look for another way out. I will also say this: you could attempt to loot this place. I don't know if that's something that you would necessarily do or not. That's up for you to decide, but it will cost you to do so. This is that moment in our Shadowdark adventures where the lights of your torches begin to flicker, and you know that the time is now to head back to Grimhollow, lest you certainly lose your life, and possibly worse, because there are worse things than death in this realm, as many of us know from previous gameplay. So I will go down the list here. What I would like to, as you all are thinking about what you like to do, I'm going to go to Cassian first. Now, Cassian, as your life force fades from your body, and as your skin is digested and your muscles are being devoured, and the bones are being turned to goo, what are the last moments of thought, of memory, the last moments of your life? What happens?
Cassian is ambitiously looking ahead to imagining the surprise and joy of like the party returning or leaving, and just the pile of loot that Toklo got for them. And then like the tears of Toklo, and that's just all he thinks about, is just like, I will be missed.
Yeah, Toklo really took a liking to you. No doubt about it. Cassian's soul passes into the Shadowdark, where it will be held until it's useful again. And probably not for good things.
Never is.
No. All right, so I will go down the order here. You can tell me what you'd like to do. We will say that if you decide to skedaddle, as they say, without any further exploration or lingering about, you can do so, and you will presumably, if you have enough torches, you will make it back. We'll adjudicate that element in a minute. So, Krieg, a couple options. You can explore additional rooms and maybe find some loot, but it will cost you. You will have to make a roll, possibly losing some equipment, or possibly having to roll on the super secret double death table of pain.
Grieg is in pain. Grieg knows he has enough torches to get back. Grieg is done with, please.
Okay, so Grieg is going to leave. Crossroads, how about you?
Crossroads is going to go with Grieg because he has to go home and write a song about Cassian, who was turned to gelatin. It's got a ring to it, you know.
It does. That'll be a good song. It kind of writes itself almost. Yeah. Erdon, how about you?
It sticks.
Seeing we have the shield, seeing he's diced with death far too closely today, he's heading back. He's going to go back as well with the gang.
Okay. And Rick Fried, Rumblebelly.
He's ready to go back. He's thinking of the Cassian sandwich with the little pork skin. It got dissolved. Little jam on it too, like a little raspberry jam to remember him by.
Cassian pate.
Yeah. It's gonna be off the hook, right? So he is ready. he's drooling a little, thinking about the Cassian sandwich.
I love it. All right. So you guys are going to make your way back. Narratively, we'll say that you push back the way you came. putting down the gelatinous cube. No body of your companion to be found inside. At least nothing worth taking with you.
So he could be alive.
You push on through. No sign of Toklo or any other kobolds on the surface, and eventually you make your way safely back to the walls, the gate of Grimhollow, minus your wizard who did not make the journey. You have in your possession this holy relic of the once honorable Circaden Maris, a high-ranking member of the Order of Saint Taragnus. What do you do when you return? I guess I'd like to know, sort of like as an epilogue here. What do you do when you return, specifically with the shield? Do you seek out Dame Kethra Vale to return the shield and learn of what it might lead to next, or do you keep it and hide it and lock it away somewhere? I guess I'll let you guys discuss it for a minute.
I think we should negotiate. If we're handing it over, we need to get some pay out of this. This cost us.
Yeah. We need some recompense for this.
Most definitely ask for something, but at the same time, it's definitely a good weapon against what we just, endured. But I'm all for returning it and asking for the coin.
Okay. If there's any way that, in case she knows any way that might bring Cassian back, I don't know. Worth an ask.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I like it.
Something.
I like it. Okay, so you and Rick Fried, are you cool with that?
Rick Fried's hungry.
Okay. Everybody roll a charisma check.
Oh boy.
We're gonna call this a normal roll. So 12 is the target.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was a natural 20, but I've got -2, so that's an 18.
It's still a natural 20 though, and that means we get to use the emotes.
Okay. Yeah.
it's still a success. So no worries, that's great.
Okay, cool.
And because it's natural 20, we still call that a critical success. All right. Yep, you're good. Okay, so here's what happens: is you return, you seek out Dame Kethra Vale. She's not hard to find. She actually finds you. And what transpires is this: she tells you first of the background of all of this, finally giving you a little bit more of a reveal. This Circaden Maris, as I had mentioned before, and she had told you, was this high-ranking knight. He had died a hero's death on the battlefield at Starfall Watch. But his final words, which were recorded by surviving members of his battalion, scouts actually, and recorders of such stories, bards, if you will, that accompany these forces to chronicle their successes and failures. They recorded the final words that cast, and these words cast doubt on Saint Taragnus herself. Again, as he was bleeding out on the battlefield underneath the sky that was being swallowed by the Shadowdark, and she's telling you this story and with eloquence better than mine. But as the Shadowdark was beginning to swallow the land, the realm, he cried out warnings, not of demons, not of Ramlot, the chaos gods, but of divine error. He claimed that the light had turned inward, twisted, and that Saint Taragnus's pride was twisted against her and the order, and that the curse that now blankets the land was not a curse of invasion of Shadowdark, but of retribution. And that the order was fearful of what these words might inspire with the people in this realm. And so they tried to seal that story and that fate and that memory away where it could never be recovered, where it could not be revealed. They never paraded Sir Maris's body through the streets as a hero. Instead, they interred him quietly in this watchtower, this Starfall Watch, this way station. And they left this shield, which she reveals to you is called the Aegis of Vyre. It is a holy relic of great power. It was too holy to destroy and too dangerous to display, so it was buried with the knight. Now the shield, not only does it bear the descriptions that I told you, but she turns it over, and on the backside of the shield, she pulls a little bit of the leather handles, and she moves them out of the way, and you can see that there's a map inscribed on the back. And she says something to the effect of, this map shows points in the realm where the beacons of light are located. If we can reignite hope, reignite the beacons of light, we can rid this place of the Shadowdark. Will you help me?
Yes.
Is food involved?
Is coin involved?
We will find you food and we'll figure out the coin.
Sure. Greekin.
We might need a new wizard.
Hey, you've got one. I'm
No,
right
no.
here.
We like you. We like you, but the new one becomes
We like
the
having
meat.
spare.
The meat,
Bring an
Respect.
extra.
I can respect
Right?
that. I can respect that.
right?
So you strike a deal. I will say this.
Call
She
him New Cassian.
New Cassian.
I don't care what his
Cassian's
name
Twitter.
is. He will be known forever forth as New Cassian.
New Cassie.
Dame
Not quite same
Kethra.
great taste, but what can you do?
Dame Kethra leads you back to her hovel, where she's able to cook you some food, give you a place to stay if you need it, that sort of thing, as a bit of a base camp. And she tells you that we will need others to help us. We will need to swell the ranks of the knowledge holders of our people, but we must do it carefully. And with that, my friends, as you have a sense of relief for the moment, we will end the game there. And I will say this, because you guys recovered a holy relic, you each just gained 10 experience points.
Yeah.
So for some of you, that means, I think for all of you that are survived, that means that you will be moving up to level 2, and we will take care of that off air. But congratulations, my friends. You have successfully retrieved the Aegis of Vire, a holy relic of Saint Taragnus, that will potentially lead to, if things don't totally spiral out of control, potentially, if the stories are true, may lead to the elimination of the Shadowdark in this realm. So we'll see how that all plays out as we continue our story. So for now, we'll take a break here. This will be the end of this story. Thank you, everybody who's been hanging out with us and contributing to the ACLU fundraiser. We're at $411. Thank you all for being part of that. Please continue, if you can, to spread the word and make that donation if you've been holding out. There are other games coming up that you'll be able to get involved with, not the least of which is our Tuesday game with Jose Ortiz at the helm. We will be diving into, let me bring that up here because that's pretty sweet. We've got a cool promo that actually showcases Jose's artwork, Sea Maidens Fair. So we'll be running that on our normal Greyhawk slot on Tuesday. And then we also have on Thursday, and it's going to be myself, Kateria, Dungeon Mr. Ty, and Allison from Insight Checked. So that's going to be a very, very fun game. And then we have on Thursday, we're going to be playing There's a Goblin Loose on Icarus Station, a Mothership one-shot with Candace the Magnificent at the helm of that one. Just a bunch of fun, fantastic folks that have gotten together for that as well. So a big shout out to Candace for bringing in their friends from other circles of gamers to be part of this. Chrissy, Jeremy Cobb, Madam Ava, and Sebastian. It's going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait to play some Mothership. So lots going on. And then, of course, there are other games that are being played and run by our friends over at Wanderer's Haven. Folk and Myth has got more games this week. Insomnia Night RPG has got some games. We'll be back with some more games from Live from the Apocalypse as well. This fundraiser goes from the 11th to the 19th. So continue to spread the word. Continue to bring more people into the circle of love, and we'll do what we can to make the world a better place, both in the game here and also in the real world. So with that said, I'd like to go back to my friends here. Thank you guys so much for being part of this game. I really appreciate you all jumping at the opportunity to play Shadowdark, but also to help out with this really important fundraiser. So let's go around the table, virtual tabletop, and you can give your shout outs or whatever you'd like to say. If there's anything specific you'd like to say, please do. Let's start with Phantom NJ. So glad to have you back, Rob. It's been absolutely fun to play with you. I love playing games with you. So I hope we can do this again really soon.
Same, Dave. Thanks for having me. Hey, everyone. I am Rob, otherwise known as Phantom NJ. I do stream. I'm every Thursday night about 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Talking TTRPGs in general. Might be focusing in on different aspects of games. Might be just general purpose TTRPG discussion. A little bit of everything. Also, currently in the middle of a Castles and Crusades campaign that has multiple groups, all the Embers of Empire campaign, and lots of different groups playing at different times, getting people together. We are currently in year 2, and there's been a lot going on, and hoping to get more sessions scheduled soon. It's been a little nutty lately, so trying to get back to that. But yeah, and as always, love playing in these games, love helping out. So thanks everyone.
Thank you, Rob. Really, really appreciate you. Let's jump over to Scottish Jeff.
Hello, everybody. I'm Scottish Jeff. Thank you guys for watching. You can find me guesting in things like this, charity games, or occasional miniseries here and there. Side note, personal note, I'm actually coming to the end of a game I've been playing in, not streamed, almost 4.5 years in this campaign, and it's finally coming to a head. Can't wait to see what happens after that with my DM. Yeah, it started out as a game from a virtual Greyhawk weekend, so it was fun. Well, other than that, looking forward to next Saturday.
Yeah, you'll be back for some more fun. Yeah.
With Crossroads, yeah, he survived. So he has some songs to write now. Apparently, Cassian, the gelatin. Yeah.
That'll be fun. We'll have to decide what we want to do for the adventure in between now and then. But I mean, certainly there's some potential for this story to lead into next week's story if that's the way we want to go. But that could also be extremely dangerous. So we'll have to weigh the cost and benefit of that. But Jeff, always a pleasure to sit at the table with you, my friend, to roll dice. And I'm really glad that you were available to do this. And thanks for being with us next week as well. Let's jump next to Mr. Shiv.
Hello. Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Shiv. You can find me everywhere at IOShiv across all the social medias. And I've been playing Erdan, the wizard who survived to live to fight another day, covered in slime, nearly killed. But he's back. He's still good. He's still alive. He's still with us. He's back, baby. And you'll see me again very soon as we come back to the Whisperwoods. I think next week, I believe. We're back.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
and we'll
check that out as we do session 2.
Yep, session 2, and we'll also be doing some fundraising there for ACLU during that game as well. Yes. So we'll kind of figure out what we want to do for donation incentives for that one, like advantages and potions and stuff. But definitely. I think if I remember correctly, Shiv, we're going to need some help because we basically woke up the Wolf King.
You did. You stumbled on something and he's at your door. So seeing how that would work out, we'll see. We'll figure that one out. So donate to help these guys out.
Yeah, we're screwed. Oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Shiv. Appreciate you very much. Let's go next to Vamp Wickman. Vamp, the man who wields sandwiches as weapons, and saucier of savviness and spicy.
Yeah, sandwich for love. I'd like to begin by thanking you, Dave, for running this. It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
It was a blast. This was the first time I have survived through a Shadowdark game. So there is that, shockingly. Thanks to all the players. You were all great. This was a blast. I I was informed in the middle of this stream by my friend Ben that right now on Humble Bundle, there is a Robert Jordan Wheel of Time series that's on sale, and the money benefits the ACLU.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of efforts going on right now to promote the ACLU and what they're doing, because they need funds to hire lawyers and be in courtrooms to fight the oligarchy, basically, is what's happening. So yeah, that's awesome.
So if you like Robert Jordan, you like the fantasy books, it's one of my favorite series. That's right now on Humble Bundle. Money goes to them. It's great. Happy to be here. I got this outfit for free at work on Thursday, right? So I was like, I gotta be in. I gotta use it immediately. And it was a blast being here. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dave.
How comfortable was the helmet? We talked about this last week.
It's not as bad as you think, but when I take it off, I'm probably gonna have a headache.
Yeah, understood.
It's sucked on kind of like a plunger. I'm gonna be honest. I can when I push it down, I can feel the air in it kind of in my hand. Yeah.
Probably a little moist underneath there too, huh?
A little moist.
Yep. All right. Well, Vamp, thank you so much for exactly, for all the stuff, all the things. Last but not least, let's jump over to Ty Thalanos. Ty, thanks for being here. Really glad that you were available, and you're gonna need to roll up a new character for next week.
Oh heck yeah! I mean, it's not a Shadowdark game if somebody doesn't die, Dave. So I had to step in to fill that role. I've been Ty Thalanos, gamer and streamer. You can find me streaming on Twitch and whatnot. Wednesday nights I play Pathfinder over on my channel. This week, actually, we are just starting to get character art, so that'll be a nice little reveal as we get that out. So that'll be coming here shortly. But yeah, thanks again for running the game so much. And I as well will be back next week, where playing. I had actually accidentally rolled up a previous character already, so you guys will all get to meet Ian Newcast next week. Another wizard. So we'll see how. Maybe he can live a little bit longer next week.
Fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. Can't wait. That sounds like a great challenge for all of us. Okay, so I am going to attempt to find someone to raid. You guys, thank you so very much for being part of the ACLU fundraiser. If you want to learn more about the ACLU, we should probably have their aclu.org. Let's put their link in the chat here if you want to learn a little bit about what they are doing, because they're doing a lot of great work. There's the link. We are going to, let's raid into, wow, those people have been going, okay, that's crazy. They're really going, all right, we're going to go here. I don't know this group, but we're going to go to Pleiadic Games. So let's give them some good old fashioned Guild Superior love. And we will see you on Tuesday for Sea Maidens Fair with Jose Ortiz and the gang. It's going to be an absolute blast. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.